For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. The most important That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger. Because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep
Studio quality AI.
I'm about to go get it, yeah, get it, yeah, get it, go get it, yeah, get it, yeah, get it, yeah, get it. You know I'm about to get it, yeah, get it, yeah, get it, go get it, yeah, get it, yeah, get it, yeah, get it. Uncle Luke said, I gotta get it, don't stop. I'm gonna get it, don't stop. I gotta get it, don't stop. I gotta get it, don't stop. I'm gonna get it, don't stop. I gotta get it, don't stop. There's so many ways out this bitch to get money. If you ain't talking money, that's the end of discussion. I ain't worried about them hoes. The way I kick it, I got goals. I got goals around my neck and I stay polo down to the floor. Y'all niggas really some hoes wearing fake designer clothes. Fake ice around they neck. Talking about my jewelry game on froze. Man, that shit they ain't even cold. Man, they really be thinking they cool. Man, you look stupid and look dumb. I'm talking dumb diddy dum dum. I'm on fire, who cooking something? I'ma eat the beat, call me Cookie Monster. Eat all y'all niggas asses up, and then the leftovers get ate for lunch. Y'all niggas worrying about the wrong thing. These bars here from the chain gang. Got 2 guns on me, Jesse James. If I pop them off and let say the rain. Niggas say they looking for some better days. How the hell you looking for some better days when you still riding in the same lane with them same niggas that ain't getting paid? You ain't got no sense, you don't deserve change. You don't even got no money for some change. You need to go make some money for a change. Then you need to sit and think about a change. How you sit and think about a change? I'ma go get smart and get some damn brain. They hop back on the track, damn train. Man had my stripes like a candy cane. I can hit the block with a whole thing. I'm a hustler, I can sell sky rain. Nigga, I can sell 5 flames. I can sell a roll to a top, man. I'm about to go get it, yeah, get it, yeah, get it, go get it, yeah, get it, yeah, get it, yeah, get it. You know I'm about to get it, yeah, get it, yeah, get it, go get it, yeah, get it, yeah, get it, yeah, get it. Uncle Luke said, I gotta get it, don't stop. I'm gonna get it, don't stop. I gotta get it, don't stop. Don't stop. I gotta get it, don't stop. I'm gonna get it, don't stop. I gotta get it, don't stop. Hey, where you going? I'm running to the money. I want the ones and the 5s and the 10s and the 20s and the 50s and the 100s. Forrest Gump to the money. The main ones laughing, joking, thinking shit funny. I'm laughing straight to the bank. Ha ha, that shit funny. For the love of the money, shawty shaking ass on me. Ooh-wee. She just wanna get paid, okay. Chips right here, Frito-Lay. Shawty doing her damn thing. She got to keep her bills paid. Shake her booty like an earthquake. Shake it like it's your birthday. Pussy poppin', she's a pussy popper. Look at how she make it jump, jump like a grasshopper. For them dollars, I got a lot of damn ones in my pocket. I'ma throw, I'm about to make it rain. On the shawty till she so about to go get it, yeah, get it, yeah, get it, go get it, yeah, get it, yeah, get it, yeah, get it. You know I'm about to get it, yeah, get it, yeah, get it, go get it, yeah, get it, yeah, get it, yeah, get it. Uncle Luke said, I gotta get it, don't stop. I'm gonna get it, don't stop. I gotta get it, don't stop. Don't stop. I gotta get it, don't stop. I'm gonna get it, don't stop. I gotta get it, don't stop.
Talking, my nigga, I beg to differ. You waking up a killer, I'm talking about a gorilla. I'm so sick of pussy niggas and how they get in they feeling.
Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check.
I've been the truth since the beginning. Who say they bigger?
Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check.
I've been the truth since the beginning.
Mic check, mic check.
These niggas, they just talk a lot. You can meet me in the parking lot. I've been the truth since the beginning. It's time to put these niggas' mind in the right place.
We good, what's good, what's good?
In the right way. You niggas just a lightweight. And I chin check a nigga for what he might say. So many dark nights, a lot of bright days. Serving junkies at the guard, so many night plays. Too many niggas walking around with these pipe dreams. I know what it might say. Got the crown on the right, king. You looking at the boss, nigga. Ain't no might be. I know they tired of me. These niggas, they won't fight me. But more than likely, they sweeter than some ice cream. Catch me on the right scene, I promise I'll be Billy D. So tell me, who the one that made your team?
Salute us, Deeper. Salute Steady Grinding. Salute 40 the Splatter. Y'all share the content. Make sure y'all hit the like button on the way in.
Time for you pussy niggas to battle. All this fucking king talking, my nigga, I beg to differ. You waking up a killer, I'm talking about a gorilla. I'm so sick of pussy niggas and how they get in they feelings. All that talking, I'ma end it. I've been the truth since the beginning. Who say they bigger than me? I wanna know. I've been the truth since the beginning. See these niggas, they just talk a lot. You can meet me in the parking lot.
It's
I've been the truth since the beginning.
Hey, hi hater, goodbye hater. Assalamu alaikum, I holla later, no holla later. My mind on paper, split your tomato. Hasta luego. Bout to hit the fucking block with a circle the size of an Eggo. Bout to spread the block. I'm all on the bread like some mayo. You a tough guy, so you say so. Bullets be size of tomatoes. The way these niggas be capping, I hope your head fit this halo. Then I go dig up in your hole. Then I say bye ho, I got ghosts. I been the truth in this, that's why she let her cool shit. I'm slightly retarded, so you know I gave her that stupid dick. This is not a word, but y'all gotta know I'm the truthest. Leave your head where the roof is and leave your mouth with no tooth. Stay in her mouth like a toothpick. I'm easy, cool and ruthless. She called me Bill Cosby because a nigga stay in her pudding. Nigga, my pimpin' game old like a nigga named Rufus. It's about to get ugly like Whoopi. Y'all niggas is goofy.
Now all this fucking king talking, my nigga, I beg to differ. You waking up a killer, I'm talking about a gorilla. I'm so sick of pussy niggas and how they get in they feelings. All that talking, I'ma end it. I've been the truth since the beginning. Who say they bigger than me? I wanna know. I've been the truth since the beginning.
Yo, Cruise Gang,
See
what
these
up?
niggas, they just talk a lot. You can meet me in the parking lot.
Boss, what up?
I've been the truth since the
This that
beginning.
big boy talk, straight from the stove top. No one is damn sick, better get your damn Clorox. So weatherman predicting snow, that's when my birds flock. I'm tryna lock down the coast, you tryna lock down the block. That's a big difference, 3.5 ball pitching, 7 grams quarter water whipping, 28, now you old flipping. Gotta move low key cause niggas snitching. Money talking, my palm itching. What you smoking, what you sniffing? Got medicine for your sick, it's my stomach growling, I gotta get it. I'm bagging up the damn epidemic. Got a vaccine for when you're itching. Side effects, you might start twitching. I must admit this shit wicked. Sold my soul for every digit. I'm the best in the booth or in the kitchen. My crown heavy, my head dipping. I'm timeless, nigga, I age different. No cut, my weight different. King shit on the throne sitting. Red dots is no missing. I body shit, I'm the mortician. Who bigger than me, go get 'em. I'm in this booth, I'm grave digging. I'm button pushing, I'm bold pickers, I'm rolling.
All this fucking king talking, my nigga, I beg to differ. You waking up a killer, I'm talking about a gorilla. I'm so sick of pussy niggas and how they get in they feelings. All that talking, I'ma end it. I've been the truth since the beginning. Who say they bigger than me? I wanna know. I've been the truth since the beginning. See these niggas, they just talk a lot. You can meet me in the parking lot. I've been the truth since the beginning.
Yo, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Ears to the streets, I'm back in y'all area. Salute to the chat, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button on the way in. We about to get into it. Shout out to the chat. Make sure you share the content if you haven't already, man. We about to get into some P. Diddy, man. They say P. Diddy is part of the Itty Bitty Diddy committee. So y'all, from day one, I haven't been able to cover a whole bunch of this P. Diddy saga. When it first came out and all the stuff came out about Diddy and all that stuff, I didn't immediately go and start doing a whole bunch of things about it, a whole bunch of videos about it, because I knew there was gonna be a lot of stuff that was gonna come out about this situation. And one thing I didn't want to do is keep, doing update after update after update. I want to let a lot of stuff come out. But I told y'all, and y'all know how is over here. Y'all know I love to, get into these trials. I love to break down these trials. We got Diddy trial right now. I think YNW Melly, he's still at trial. You got a lot of stuff going on right now. But right now, we're definitely going to get into this Diddy trial, y'all. I got a week worth of testimony by the alleged victim. There's a couple of people who testified. I believe there's a guy that was he was a male escort, I believe they call it. So they got a guy that's a male escort that testified. They got another guy, I believe he was a bodyguard or something like that. But the main person that testified that everybody wanted to hear from was Cassie. Now, Cassie is the one who, that she won her, I think it was a $20 million lawsuit versus Diddy. And then she ended up winning another $10 million lawsuit versus the hotel that covered up the beating that she ended up getting. Now, in my opinion, which I'll give y'all a lot of my opinion during this, is because they're charging Diddy with sex trafficking charges. Now, as saying somebody is sex trafficking, that's a big ass accusation. That can get this man a life sentence in prison for sex trafficking. But in my opinion, a lot of things that they're proving in this case, I don't feel like they're proving sex trafficking. They're proving Diddy is a weird motherfucker. They're proving that he is very abusive. But as far as sex trafficking, I don't know just yet. I mean, maybe there's a lot more that's going to come out and, maybe change my mind. But from the first week, I don't agree with it. And I'll let y'all make y'all own decision. Y'all can listen to what I've been listening to, and y'all can go over what I've been going over. So that's how we're going to go about this thing. Now, the first thing I want to do before we get into all of what Diddy has done, one thing I've always been mentioning since the beginning of Diddy trial is one thing that I kept saying is black people, man, when it's a black person that does this type of shit, we all over it. But see, white people, they don't treat their weirdos the same way we treat ours. Because, Vince McMahon has been accused of some of the same similar things as Diddy has been accused of. But we ain't heard too much of shit about what happened with Vince McMahon, have we? Did y'all remember the video we did on Vince McMahon not too long ago? And it was telling about Vince McMahon was in a large lawsuit where he was shitting on the girl and he was having all kind of wrestlers, run the train on the girl and all this stuff like that. He was, doing a lot of the same shit Diddy was doing, minus the baby oil. But they done brushed that shit on the table. You don't hear too much about that shit. Right now, everybody is all over Diddy. Pause. And, I don't want to blame it on the black community, but I'm just saying it's a different way that the black community handle things than how the white community handle. We ain't hearing none of this when it comes from the white community. None of it. So before we fully get into Diddy, let's take a route down memory lane to show y'all what it is that Vince McMahon is being charged with. While we get a chance to let people get in here, I had to set the live back a couple of times. I had a few loved ones call in from the chain gang or prison or whatever you want to call it. So I had to keep setting the live back, pushing the live back while I was having some conversations on the phone. So y'all forgive me for the delay of starting this live. But before we get fully into all the Diddy situation, like I say, let's look at what was going on with Vince McMahon, and y'all tell me if it's very similar to what we're seeing when it comes to P. Diddy. And you know, we all gotta ask the question: why is that y'all not paying attention to Vince McMahon, but everybody and their mama got their eyes and something to say when it comes to the P. Diddy shit? Now, I'm not saying that either one of them are right. I'm not saying that one of them is worse than the other. I'm just saying. So, real quick before we get into all the Diddy breakdown, let's check out what it is that Vince McMahon has been flying under the radar about.
Undisputed king, transforming a regional... For decades, Vincent McMahon was professional wrestling's undisputed king, transforming a regional entertainment business into a global empire worth billions. But in 2022, the man who scripted countless storylines lost control of his narrative. From misconduct allegations to hush money scandals, McMahon's fall from grace shocked the wrestling world. This is the story of how wrestling's most powerful figure went from the boardroom to the shadows. Scandals and legal issues. Earlier this year, Vince McMahon was forced to step down as the CEO and chairman of WWE.
Now, that's how it started with Diddy, too. As soon as the accusations came out, Diddy was forced to step down from Revolt, forced to give up a lot of his sponsorships. And that's how it used to start out.
Timeline of events leading up to Vince McMahon's resignation has captivated the wrestling world. It all began with a federal lawsuit filed in January 2024 by Janelle Grant, a former WWE employee.
It always started out with a former employee that was doing all kind of freaky shit under her, you know, because remember when we went over the video about Vince McMahon, the girl, she needed a job, you know, so she came to Vince McMahon room. Vince McMahon came in a robe, pause, and she went in there and she voluntarily did everything she wanted to do because she was looking at the prize. Then she ended up having to fuck all the wrestlers, had to get shit on by wrestlers. I think we read one part where the nigga wanted to shit in her mouth or something. And we're going to read in this trial how Diddy wanted to piss in the girl's mouth. These niggas are disgusting. I don't know if it's when you get your money, all of a sudden you got different fetishes or what it is.
The lawsuit also implicated John Laurinaitis, a former WWE executive, as a co-defendant, accusing both men of terrible misconduct. The allegations against McMahon were not entirely new. In 2022, he had temporarily stepped back as CEO while WWE conducted an internal investigation into claims that he paid hush money to women with whom he allegedly had affairs. As Grant's lawsuit became public in 2024, WWE's president, Nick Khan, informed employees of McMahon's resignation in an email, stating that McMahon would no longer have a role with TKO Group Holdings or WWE. In a statement following his resignation, McMahon vehemently denied the allegations, describing them as a vindictive distortion of the truth. In his statement, McMahon said, "I stand by my prior statement that Ms. Grant's lawsuit is replete with lies, obscene made-up instances that never occurred, and is a vindictive distortion of the truth. I intend to vigorously defend myself against these baseless accusations."
That sounded exactly like what Diddy said. That sounded exactly what Diddy said.
And look forward to clearing my name. Despite his denial, McMahon decided to resign, citing respect for the WWE universe and the company's stakeholders as his reason for stepping down. Vince McMahon is no stranger to controversy. One can even say that he thrives in controversy. While his visionary leadership transformed professional wrestling into a worldwide phenomenon, his legacy has been tainted by legal battles and scandals. In June 2022, the wrestling industry was shaken by revelations of a $3 million hush money payment made by McMahon. WWE board of directors launched an investigation.
$3 million? Well, she shortchanged herself. Especially after she seen Cassie got 20 million, she was like, damn, I lowballed the fuck out of myself.
Investigation uncovering that McMahon had made a total of $12 million in payments to 4 women, 2 of whom accused him of misconduct. These allegations were not entirely new, as McMahon had faced similar accusations in the past, but the scale and scope of the payments brought renewed probe to his actions. The investigation's findings led to McMahon's temporary step down as CEO of WWE in July 2022, but he resumed again as the CEO in 2023. Now in 2024, the situation worsened when Janelle Grant filed a lawsuit against WWE, McMahon, and John Laurinaitis.
Now, it's weird how all these women, they file lawsuits before they actually go to the police. So, you know, that's one thing I don't agree with. These women, they file these charges. They file them as John Doe or Jane Doe, you know, and the money actually, you know, brushes it under the table. They get to pay off the lawsuits and everything goes away, especially when you know powerful people.
Grant's lawsuit, filed in the United States District Court for the District of Connecticut, accused McMahon of assaulting and exploiting her. She sought to have a non-disclosure agreement voided under the Speak.
So one of the reasons I think that this woman couldn't really testify because she signed a non-disclosure agreement.
In cases of sexual misconduct. Grant's allegations were shocking and detailed, painting a disturbing picture of her experiences while employed by WWE. She claimed that McMahon had recruited individuals, including Laurinaitis, for sexual relations with her. One of such allegations.
Now, wouldn't that be classified as sex trafficking if you recruited other people to have sex with the woman and all that? They went across state lines, pretty much saying that he was pimping. Because that's what, sex trafficking is now, is, when these dudes are pimping.
Allegation involved an incident in May 2020 where McMahon allegedly defecated upon Grant during a sexual encounter. The law.
See? He was shitting on bitches.
Allegation involved an incident in May 2020 where McMahon allegedly defecated upon Grant during a sexual encounter. The lawsuit also accused McMahon of sharing sexually explicit media with a world-famous athlete, identified as former UFC heavyweight champion Brock Lesnar, to entice him to sign a new WWE contract.
He was selling the bitch to wrestlers so they'll sign the contract. That's sex trafficking. Shitting on the bitch, selling her to other wrestlers and shit, making them want to wrestle. All the wrestlers get their personal own, bitch to shit on. What's good, Star?
The fallout from the lawsuit extended beyond McMahon, implicating other key figures within WWE. Grant's attorney revealed the identities of several unnamed corporate officers referenced in the lawsuit, including WWE President Nick Khan and WWE COO Brad Blum. In April 2024, McMahon's lawyers filed a motion to compel arbitration in the case, citing the terms of the non-disclosure agreement. Grant's attorneys countered with a motion to strike, accusing McMahon of using legal tactics to intimidate her. It's important to note that Grant's allegations are not entirely new, and allegations of such nature have been raised as far back as the early 2000s. One of such accusers is a WWE diva named Ashley Massaro. Ashley Massaro's journey began when she emerged victorious in the Raw Divas Search competition, a platform that brought her into the limelight and secured her a contract.
So yet another woman in the same situation as Diddy, though.
With WWE, Massaro quickly became a fan favorite, known for her punk rock style and fearless attitude in the ring. During her early days with WWE, Massaro noted the interactions between Vince McMahon, the then chairman and CEO of WWE, and the female wrestlers, often witnessing him engaging in flirtatious behavior with other divas in the locker room. At the time, Massaro believed she was not on McMahon's radar, assuming she was not his type. This perception changed after her appearance on the cover of Playboy magazine in April 2007. Massaro recounted that following the release of the magazine, McMahon's behavior towards her shifted. She was granted privileges such as flying on the company jet and staying at the same hotels as the executives to give her more time with her daughter. These perks, while seemingly beneficial, came with an uncomfortable price. Massaro alleged that during one of these trips, McMahon attempted to get her alone with him in his hotel room late at night, making her feel extraordinarily uncomfortable. He persistently called her hotel room phone and her cell phone, creating a situation that left her feeling trapped and anxious. In a bid to remove herself from the situation, Massaro reached out to then WWE executive producer Kevin Dunn, explaining her predicament. Dunn advised her to feign illness and assure McMahon that she would see him on television the following day. Despite her efforts to maintain professionalism and distance, Massaro claimed that McMahon's advances had lasting repercussions on her career. She alleged that after rejecting his advances, McMahon took deliberate steps to undermine her standing within WWE.
So, same situation. She's saying that if she didn't do what he wanted to do, McMahon would stalk her, use, the leverage on her career against her. All kind of shit. There's not too much difference of what Vince McMahon is doing or has done or allegedly has done, compared to what Diddy allegedly has done. Only difference I can see is the color of their skin. That's the only difference I can see.
He began writing her promos, a task reserved for the creative department, and not something he would ordinarily do for female wrestlers. The scripts were crafted with the apparent intention of damaging her reputation and career trajectory. Massaro brought the first of these scripts to Michael Hayes, the WWE employee in charge of creative at the time, who was taken aback by the content and questioned its origin. Upon learning that McMahon was responsible, Hayes acknowledged the unfortunate reality of the situation, implying that Massaro was being targeted for rejecting McMahon's advances. Massaro struggled to maintain her footing in an industry where reputation and character are very important. The scripts she was given were not only damaging, but but also served as a constant reminder of the power dynamics at play. Each time she attempted to assert herself, she was met with resistance, as if her career was being systematically dismantled from within. In addition to the professional sabotage, Massaro endured vulgar and inappropriate comments from McMahon whenever she crossed paths with him. These remarks were designed to belittle and intimidate her, creating an environment of discomfort and unease. By July 2008, Massaro's tenure with WWE came to an abrupt end. While the official reasons for her departure were not publicly detailed, the circumstances surrounding her exit painted a picture of a career derailed by the person who should have been a mentor and leader. Massaro's allegations against McMahon were not isolated incidents. Her claims echoed the experiences of other WWE employees who had encountered similar behavior from McMahon. Grant's allegations, coupled with Massaro's claims, painted a picture of a culture that prioritized power and control over the well-being of its employees. The legal actions taken by Grant and others highlighted the systemic issues within WWE, as well as the need for accountability at the highest levels of the organization. Earlier controversies,
All right, so we ain't gonna listen to the whole thing of that. I just want to go over the part where, you know, the controversial lawsuits and legal troubles. So we see what it is that, you know, he was accused of, and it's nowhere near as big as this Diddy thing. And I just want to show that. I mean, I thought that was necessary to show the difference of how, you know, Black America goes at this situation and how white America goes at this situation. It's amazing. It's definitely amazing. So y'all, let's get into a breakdown. Let's get into a breakdown, y'all. So of course we all know Diddy is on trial, and like I say, during this first week, it's been all of, you know, Cassie and I think one of the guys that, you know, she had sex with, he testified also. And I think a security guard, the guy that showed up after Cassie was getting her ass whooped in the hotel, he testified also. So, but what we're going to go over is we're going to go over the testimony of Cassie in court. And there's a lot of kind of fucked up details that we're going to hear. So, without no further ado, let's do it. Let's do it. And hold on, let me set the stage. Let me set the stage. So what I found, y'all, I found a channel that, you know, pretty much had all the transcripts of what happened, and they pretty much gonna go over everything that was asked and said in the courtroom. So Ears is gonna react to what was asked and said. We got a lot of funny things in here. We got the lady telling the courtroom that Diddy, not Cassie, but another woman, telling the courtroom that Diddy raped her. But she was glad that, you know, it was, I guess, kind of glad that he didn't hurt her because the nigga had a Tootsie Roll size Diddy. Pause. The lady was saying that, you know, she was relieved that she wasn't hurt because the nigga had a Tootsie Roll size penis. He was part of the Itty Bitty Diddy committee. But we gonna get into that. I thought that was something funny or whatever, but we're gonna get into everything that was said. So y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Let's get into it, y'all.
Guilty. Listen at your own discretion. What you're about to hear is the complete testimony given by Cassie Ventura in the Diddy trial from beginning to end.
The government calls Cassandra Ventura. How old are you?
38.
What is your work?
Musician and entertainer.
How long were you with Sean?
I'm sorry, y'all. My bad. So AUSA is the assistant district attorney for the United States district attorney. So what we're about to hear is the district attorney asking her questions, and then we're going to hear the lawyers doing the cross-examination. So First thing they're asking her is what's her occupation. And the first thing she's saying is she's a musician. We ain't heard no motherfucking music out this woman. Ever.
10 years.
Did you get in arguments?
Yes, it would result in dragging.
What else did he do?
Me in the head if I was down.
How frequently was he?
Too frequently. I would get black eyes and
Let me show you a video. Where is this?
the Intercontinental in Los Angeles.
So now they're talking about that video, the infamous video we all saw of Diddy beating the shit out of her.
It was after a freak-off.
What does that entail?
The hiring of an escort, setting it up.
How did you feel when he first asked for it?
Confused, nervous.
The complete testimony from the Sean Diddy Combs trial. Source: courtroom reporter at Inner City Press on X.com. All parties are presumed innocent until proven guilty. Listen at your own discretion. What you're about to hear is the complete testimony given by Cassie Ventura in the Diddy trial from beginning to end.
The government calls Cassandra Ventura. How old are you?
38.
What is your work?
Musician and entertainer.
How long were you with Sean?
10 years.
Did you get in arguments?
Yes, it would result in dragging.
What else did he do?
Me in the head if I was down.
How frequently was he?
Too frequently. I would get black eyes and
Let me show you a video. Where is this?
the Intercontinental in Los Angeles. It was after a freak-off.
What does that entail?
The hiring of an escort, setting it up.
How did you feel when he first asked for it?
Confused, nervous. I wanted to make him happy.
Did you agree to one when he first proposed it?
Yes. Then there were more. It wasn't something I wanted to do.
So she said she was confused and she only was doing freak-offs to make Diddy happy. I need y'all to keep that in mind, y'all. This is what she's telling to, you know, the people who are trying to convict Diddy. But when the cross-examination comes, we're going to find out it is a little bit different. Because a lot of women, they love to play this role. All of a sudden, you know, hey, he made me do it all. I ain't want to do none of that. You know, and if it's true, it's true. But if you was volunteering and helping out and all this stuff like that, and now you're coming up, then people have to start scratching their head.
At least not that frequently. I didn't know what no could turn into.
What do you mean?
Making him angry.
What were you afraid with?
So she said at least not that frequently. She wanted to do it, but not as much as he wanted to do it.
What would happen if you said no?
That he had materials,
What did you give the government?
laptops.
I've handed up GXB. Do you recognize it?
Yes, I've reviewed this drive. It has communication and documents pertaining to Mr. Combs.
Did you review photos on it?
Yes,
What's this photo?
me in 2004 with Carrie Morgan.
When did you sign with Bad Boy Records?
2006. It was a 10-album deal.
Did you release any after?
A 10-album deal? Who the fuck signed a 10-album deal? Do you know how long it will take you? Let's just say, let's take out the sex and abuse and all that stuff like that. And somebody signed you to a 10-album deal. For how much? That's what they should have told us. How much money was you supposed to get out of a 10-album deal? Like, that should be against the law itself.
Late 2000s.
My mom, 58, did this to become debt-free in 48 months. Here's how my mom turned her
Sean treat you at this time?
We had fun.
What was his lifestyle like?
He had all these assistants,
You and Sean, Bad Boy Records.
black eyes and after a freak-off.
What?
After a freak-off, black
Bad Boy. You and Sean treat you as women?
became a
What else?
in New York, L.A.,
What else did Sean pay for?
cars.
Hold on, y'all. My bad. I tried to skip that commercial and I think I went too far.
You and Sean,
17 years.
Bad Boy Records.
2006. It was a 10-album deal.
Did you release any after late 2000s?
My mom, 58, did this to become debt-free in 48 months. Here's how my mom turned her finance.
All right.
No,
Who's in this photo?
Kim Porter. She was Sean's ex from before me and the mother of his children.
Where did you celebrate your birthday in this photo?
In Las Vegas. Carrie Morgan was there too. We're out on his patio on my 21st birthday. VMAs.
So Diddy pretty much was with his ex Kim Porter, which is his baby mama, and he would have her there at the same time. But at first, you know, she was just an artist, so she probably didn't care. So they're talking about a photo where they were celebrating his ex, the one that died, birthday, and they was with somebody else.
What happened then?
Sean kissed me in the bathroom. I ran back to my hotel. I told Carrie.
When you got back to New York?
I'd visit him at the Trump Hotel in Columbus Circle. His apartment was being renovated.
What were you doing with your music career?
Trying to come up with a concept. Sean called all of the shots.
So she's saying that the first night he came on to her, it was at a birthday party for his girlfriend. He kissed her in the bathroom, so she just ran and told somebody. She didn't run and tell the police and say, hey, this man just assaulted me, whatever. She could have just stayed away from the beginning, but okay, she wanted her, you know, her career, and that's understandable.
What is the age difference between you and Sean?
17 years.
How did you feel when Sean
So he one of those Tark type niggas. Yeah.
invited you to hotels?
Nervous, excited, like we were going to talk about music. He introduced me to...
Now, how in the hell you think y'all gonna talk about music if the man that already tried to kiss you? How did you feel when Sean invited you to hotels? Nervous, excitement. We're gonna talk about music at the hotel. Come on now. Come on now.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
I didn't understand it.
Did you visit Sean in Miami?
Yes, I went with Carrie Morgan in Dallas, Austin.
What did you and Sean do together?
He gave me blue dolphin on a boat.
Had you...
That nigga say he gave him them blue dolphins, boy. We ought to know, boy. Them blue dolphins. What did you and Sean do together? Sexual intercourse. Sexual intercourse.
once before taken unintentionally?
Yes.
How did you take it unintentionally?
It was in Gatorade.
When you took it intentionally with Sean, how did it feel?
Like rolling.
At the time, what did you think?
That we were spending a lot of time together. I thought we were monogamous.
Was it made public?
No, I was his artist. Also, his family, his children.
Who was linked to him publicly?
Kim Porter.
How did Sean treat you at this time?
We had fun.
What was...
So she was the side bitch, and she understood she was the side bitch.
What was his lifestyle like?
He had all these assistants. He could get things done. He traveled quite a bit.
What's this photo?
Sean and I at a strip club in New York, like 2007 or 2008. Halloween.
How did Sean's moods vary?
Day to day.
When it swung, could you describe it?
Anger, zoning out.
How did it impact you?
Greatly. The next thing I knew, I was getting hit in the face. There was also psychological. He'd tell me to watch my mouth, change my face.
How would he keep tabs on you?
We didn't live far apart. He'd send security to come find me, or a trusted assistant.
Like who?
David James, Christina Coram.
Was your relationship...
Now, I always, don't y'all ask yourself, because I know I ask myself this. When these people are naming other people like this, why aren't these people on trial also? If they were involved in the stalking, the harassment, not reporting the abuse, why aren't these other people on trial also? So that's one of them things that make you scratch your head.
Relationship exclusive?
No.
Did you see other men?
Yes.
Did Sean see other women?
Yes. He said, I am Puff Daddy. I was insanely jealous.
Did you move to LA with him?
Yes. He wanted to be close to his kids who were there.
Where did you live in LA?
875 Comstock Avenue.
How tall was the building?
No more than 17 floors.
Where did Sean live?
200 South Mapleton. Sean would use a golf cart to get back and forth.
Who paid your rent in LA?
Sean, except when I had the house in Studio City.
Why'd you pay then?
I could afford it then, and I wanted to have some control. It was accepted.
By whom?
Sean.
How many songs did you write while with Sean?
Hundreds. Most were never released. Some got leaked on the internet, some on mixtapes.
How many albums on your deal were not released?
9.
Did you get paid for them?
No. The freak-offs became a job. There was no time to do anything else but do them, then try to recover.
How much time in your week would freak-offs take?
The longest was 4 days.
4 days? Wow, how can a motherfucker fuck for 4 days? I don't give a damn how much dope you on. She spent all her life from 19 to 29 fucking and sucking and recovering. Jeez Louise.
Significant periods of time.
At this moment, there was a break. Then they continued.
Who was your manager at Bad Boy Records?
James Cruz.
What did he tell you?
That he was managing me with one hand tied behind his back. He had to check everything with Sean.
How did you make money if your records weren't being released?
I did hosting parties when Sean approved them.
What comments did Sean make about your physical appearance?
That I look too Mexican with my hair like that.
How did he like your nails?
White, French tipped.
Hair?
It varied. I shaved my head in 2009.
Your body?
He told me to work out, prepare for the freak-offs.
How did you feel about his comments?
It varied.
What else did Sean pay for?
Cars.
Did he give you cash?
Yes, but he would take things away depending on how he felt.
What else would he take away?
My self-confidence.
Who would take things?
No, bitch. It's called self-confidence. How the man take away your self-confidence? That's how you feel about yourself.
Away?
Staff. I assume staff.
At this point, there was an objection by the defense. Then the judge said to disregard the last answer.
Who took your laptop and phone?
Security.
How long would they be gone for?
However long I was being punished for.
How often were you in contact with Sean's staff?
Daily.
Who are in these photos?
Christina Coram and Ms. Fletcher.
Now, I can understand this part of the situation now. If he's having other people as far as security and staff stalk you and stuff like that, you done got in too deep. You know, but she was chasing the dollar. She came in chasing the dollar and ended up getting trapped with a pimp.
What did you call Ms. Coram?
KK.
And who's this?
D-Rock. He was Sean's security.
How frequently were you in Sean's residences?
All the time.
Did they all have safes?
Yes.
What did you observe in them?
Cash, jewelry, cameras, and videotapes. In New York, LA, Miami, and Alpine, New Jersey.
Do you recall an incident between Sean and Suge Knight?
Yes. We were having a freak-off in LA. D-Rock came in and said Suge was down at a diner. Sean drove over there.
What was your reaction?
I cried. Said don't do something stupid.
Were you ever handed a...
Damn, but she telling everything.
Yes. We were going to a club in downtown LA. We'd taken mushrooms. I was high. I was told to put the gun in my bag. I was freaking out.
Who was present?
A driver, security, and Sean. Another time I saw them get dressed and grab guns and leave in an SUV.
How long were they gone?
So she in here volunteering information.
30 or 40 minutes.
Let me switch topics. How soon into the relationship did Sean mention to you?
First 6 months or a year.
How old were you?
22.
Why did you agree to try a freak-off?
Good question. I wanted to make him happy.
Where was the first
My bad, y'all. So if he wasn't filthy rich the way he was, do you think she would have been willing to do all this weird ass shit? I mean, the type of shit that he had her doing, pissing in her mouth and all that type shit.
freak-off?
One of his homes in Los Angeles.
Who is this?
The first escort.
Do you know his name?
No.
I'll call him the first escort. Were you aware he was paid?
Yes. To dance and to have intercourse with me.
What drugs did you take?
Ecstasy and alcohol before things started.
Did you disguise your appearance?
Sean said we would disguise ourselves. I wore a masquerade mask.
What was a session in a freak-off?
Until the escort finished.
How many sessions with the first escort?
At least 2.
How did you feel?
I was high, so I didn't feel much. Dirty and confusion, and that he was happy with me.
Why did you feel you couldn't say no?
I didn't want to make him angry or upset after he'd shared this part of himself with me.
So she's saying on the very first freak off, she felt bad, she felt dirty and confused, you know. Now, we're going to find out a little different later, but y'all just keep that in mind.
How frequent did the freak-offs become?
Weekly for a consistent amount of years.
When was your last one?
2017, 2018.
How long were you awake during the freak-offs?
I never slept. I took drugs, ecstasy and Molly.
Do you recall all?
She said she never slept. Like, goddamn, it's bad to hear because it's like you do feel sorry for her. But at the same time, you wanted fame. You did all this because you wanted fame, not because you were forced to. Now, it probably became a forced thing. I definitely could see that.
All of the freak-offs?
That would be impossible.
Did you want to stop?
Yes. I was humiliated.
She said it would be impossible to remember all the freak-offs. That's a lot of fucking. Did you want to stop? Yes, I was humiliated. I didn't have those words then. I couldn't talk to anyone about it. Now she's starting to cry.
I didn't have those words then. I couldn't talk to anyone about it.
Did you tell him you didn't want to?
Yes, I brought it up gently. I didn't want him to just do it with someone else.
Were you able to express your concern?
What? So you just saying, hey, I'll do it because I don't want you to do it with somebody else. How about fuck it? I don't care if you do it with somebody else. Let somebody else have this job.
To him?
At this moment, the defense objected to the question, and the judge told the prosecutor to rephrase his question.
Why would you talk to him gently?
I didn't want him to be angry.
What is this?
Email between me and Sean.
What did you call him?
Pop Pop.
Why?
He asked me what I called my grandfather. I did it, but now I think it was disrespectful.
What? So you ask a woman what you call your grandpa, and then she tell him, and then he wants to be her grandfather, pretty much. She said now she think it's disrespectful. You think?
What did you write?
I really need to.
Why did you write that?
Because I wanted to be with him.
What? Now we're starting to get into some funny shit. So she didn't want to freak off no more and all that. Now she's saying she really need to fuck. Not want to fuck. She need to fuck.
I'll read Sean's messages. You read yours. You don't want to do anymore?
I'm so predictable.
What did you think this meant?
That he knew I didn't want to do the freak-offs anymore, but then I backpedaled.
Why?
To not make him angry. He could be violent.
Where'd you get your outfit?
Pleasure chest elsewhere.
Did you get piercings?
Yes, Sean came with me.
Which of his homes did you have freak-offs in?
Miami, New York.
What other homes?
My homes, all but Studio City.
In what other cities?
Atlanta, Ibiza.
In what hotels in New York did you have freak-offs?
Trump, Gramercy.
Intercontinental?
44th Street, yes.
Elsewhere?
Mandarin Oriental, Fontainebleau.
What names were used?
Jackie Starr I used. Frank Black.
What supply?
Frank Black. You know Biggie used to call himself Frank White. Biggie used to call himself Frank White, and this nigga using the name Frank Black. They get rooms.
Supplies were used for freak-offs.
Astroglide, baby oil, condoms.
Who brought the supplies?
Security, Sean's assistants.
Which brand of baby oil?
Johnson's.
How was it used?
Sean said, you need to be glistening.
Were there freak-offs where you ran out of baby oil?
After this question, the defense objected the question on the ground of it being irrelevant. Then the prosecutor asked this question.
You also mentioned Astroglide.
But was also objected over the same reason. Then the judge asked for a sidebar. After the sidebar, they continued.
We were just talking about Astroglide. How was it used?
Lubricant.
If you ran out, what would you do?
We'd call either staff or the bell desk, give them a tip.
Were the freak-offs lit?
Initially, it was a candle, strong smelling, Glade.
Any other use of candle wax?
A few times poured on my body.
What? Yeah, bitch, this is some real freaky shit. You getting candle wax poured on your body? She light skinned, so her body had to be fucked up. After niggas just dragging her ass and beating her ass and putting candle wax on her and all type of shit. Like, she gotta have a lot of bruises and a lot of fucked up shit on her body. Unless she just put makeup over it.
Who set the temperature of the room?
Sean, I was expected to do freak-offs on my period.
Did you want to do that?
No.
Ugh. Wow. Even on her period? This nigga is some kind of devil. Gotta have the temperature just right. Having freak-offs on your period.
No.
Did you want to be urinated on?
After this question, the defense objected, giving the reason of asked and answered, but the judge overruled it.
Yeah, because the judge want to know too. Did you want to get pissed on? Yeah, the judge want to know.
No, I did not want it.
How did it feel?
It was disgusting. It was too much. I choked. No one could think I wanted it.
Why were you choking?
Too much in my mouth.
What? Too much urine in her mouth. Why was she choking? Bruh. Imagine having to be her man, her husband, listening to this shit. If I was her husband having to listen to this shit, I would, in my head, I would already be just thinking up some kind of excuse for a divorce. She had so much piss in her mouth, she just was choking. You know she had to swallow some of it. You nasty motherfucker.
Who else urinated on you?
Sean.
Did you want Sean to urinate on you?
I didn't want anyone to urinate on me.
How often did it happen?
Often enough.
Which hotel charged the most for damage to the room?
The Intercontinental in New York. They redecorated the whole room for ridiculous money.
Back to the urination. Why didn't you say no?
It was obvious I didn't want to be on the ground being urinated on by two men.
By two? It was obvious. How it was obvious if you probably laid on the ground and was smiling and I don't know what's all in the video.
Where did you find escorts?
Initially Craigslist.
At this moment, they took a break, but then continued.
Ms. Ventura, in what cities did you respond to ads on Craigslist?
In New York.
Did you respond to ads on Backpage as well?
Yes.
Who directed you to communicate with escorts?
At this moment, the defense objected to the question. Then the prosecution asked another question.
Who, if anyone?
Before being interrupted by another objection due to assuming a fact not in evidence.
Did you ever reach out to an escort independently?
No.
Did you
Hey, Sister T. Man, we listening to this nasty mother sucker. Both of these motherfuckers need Jesus. I ain't lying. I mean, bruh, how you watch a woman get pissed on, a nigga pissing in her mouth, and then later on you start kissing her? This is some demonic shit, some satanic shit. And being as her husband, how I wouldn't even want to sit in the courtroom. Sitting in the courtroom listening to this shit had to be that's a strong brother, a white man.
ever not use an escort who arrived?
One couldn't perform, so Sean sent him on.
What was a safe escort?
No.
Hold up. So a nigga came over there and a nigga couldn't perform? Or the nigga couldn't perform long enough? He got niggas in there for 4 days.
Not a cop, and someone who'd not run and tell everyone about their experience with us.
Why not a cop?
I learned this whole situation was not legal.
Before Cassie could finish her answer.
Oh, so you know what you was doing was illegal. Now, why aren't you on the other side also? So she's admitting to breaking the law, and they got to stop her. The jury would disregard the last answer. Incriminating your own client. your own witness.
The defense objected, and the judge said the jury will disregard that answer.
How did Cash get there?
Security, or he brought it himself.
The escort Dave. Do you know his real name?
Clayton Howard.
Who is this? Photo shown to witness.
Daniel.
What service did you use?
A dancer service.
Do you recognize Jules?
Yes.
In what cities did you have freak-offs with Jules?
New York, Los Angeles, Vegas.
Do you know his last name?
No.
Who's this?
I knew him as the Punisher.
Did you use...
What? You hiring niggas called the Punisher to fuck up your wife? Hell nah.
at every freak-off?
Yes. I need to disassociate and become emotionless.
Who else used drugs at freak-offs?
Sean did. Sometimes the escort.
What other did you use?
Special K, GHB, mushrooms.
I'll read Sean's parts of this email. You read yours.
When should I take the thing? When will you be there?
Pausing you there, what did you mean?
Drugs.
I took mine. I'm flying. What does he mean?
He's high.
Why did you take more drugs?
To not be present with the experience.
Why?
Because it was something I hated.
How did you react to ecstasy and MDMA?
It could make me vomit.
What would he say?
To continue.
Did you want to continue to have intercourse when you wanted to vomit?
No.
How does GHB make you feel?
Drunk, tipsy.
Cocaine?
Makes my heart race. I'm not a huge fan.
Mushrooms?
The walls come alive.
After that answer, they took a break.
Damn, boy, this bitch was high. She on coke, Molly, mushrooms, the walls coming alive.
But then returned and continued.
When drugs ran out, how did you know who to reach out to?
Sean would tell me.
During the session, how would you know to move to the next step?
Sean.
What would happen after the escort f***ed on you?
Sean would want it body in the next room.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
She say, what would happen after the escort finished on you? She said Sean would want it on his body in the next room. What did you do? She did it. Where? Usually on his nipples. You can't tell me that ain't some sick shit. That's the first I ever heard of some shit like that. That nigga on some shit that he in a class by himself. He in a class by himself on that shit. This nigga want to jizz on his nipples? What kind of special powers that shit supposed to give you? I don't want, matter of fact, I don't want to know. That's crazy though.
Did you do that?
I did.
Where?
Usually.
Did you want to do that?
No.
How did you feel?
I was an object, being heavily objectified by men. Sometimes he would watch by FaceTime.
Were some sessions recorded on your devices?
Because they were there.
If you saw them on your device, what would you do?
I would delete them.
Why?
They were disgusting. I never wanted anyone to see them.
I bet when y'all remember when 50 say he had got some videos or whatever, and he thought that Diddy was the one that put him out. I bet he ain't seeing him those kind of videos.
Were Sean's devices used sometimes?
Yes. I asked him to delete them.
Did he?
I don't know.
Did you ever leave a freak off before it was over?
Yes. At the Century City Intercontinental, I finally had a premiere coming up and I didn't want to mess it up, but Sean hit me.
At what point did Sean hit you?
Between sessions.
What happened next?
I got to the elevator. Next thing I knew, I was thrown to the ground.
Who threw you down?
Sean. He grabbed me by my neck and my hoodie.
Let me show you the video.
At this point, the prosecution showed Cassie the hallway video.
What are you doing?
Trying to use the hotel phone.
What is Sean doing?
Taking my phone and my bag.
Ms. Ventura, I just handed you 2 drives. What is on them? GX8?
Messages and photos from my devices.
Yesterday you testified about Sean going armed to look for Suge Knight.
Sean took guns with him.
And he told you to ask the escorts if they were cops?
I would begin by saying I was not a cop.
Sean told you to do that?
Yes.
What happened when you fought back?
I did that more earlier in the relationship. It would make him more violent. Want to push me harder.
At this moment, the defense objected on ground of speculation, but was overruled.
How would Sean react if you fought back?
Anger.
I'm going to show you the LA Intercontinental hallway again. Play from 143 to 146. Who enters?
Sean.
What's in his hand?
He doesn't appear to have anything.
Play to 159. Now anything in his hand?
My phone.
How did he get it?
Well, he took all of my stuff.
Where does he end up?
Sitting in a chair in front of the window.
What are you doing?
I'm walking away from him.
Now who's in the video?
Me and security.
In this one, play from 531. Where did you go from the hotel?
I took an Uber.
Now let's turn to text messages. Can you read page 4?
Please call, I'm surrounded.
Who sent that?
From Sean. He was running around in a towel. I told him to put the robe on.
Who sent these green messages?
I did. I wrote to Sean. Jules left. As long as you're quiet, you can stay. Peace.
Who was Jules?
Escort.
Is this Jules?
Yes.
B606 and 607 side by side.
That's me. A selfie of me with a fat lip.
When did you take it?
In the Uber. With one of my phones.
What did you write here?
I said, please stay away from me.
And what does he say?
He says, I'm getting arrested.
Was he?
I don't think so.
What did you write back?
Plugging my phone in and going to bed.
Who was at your home when you got there?
Carrie Morgan. She was upset when she saw me. She called the police.
Did you speak with them?
Yes, but I didn't say who I was talking about and they left.
Why?
I wasn't ready.
Did Sean try to...
You wasn't ready. So they had it on recording at the hotel. You got help right there. And she chose not to go for help right there. Now, a lot of people going to say, well, that don't mean that shit. Well, if you denying help, then that means that you don't want the help. Because right there, you had them red-handed. That's crazy. Because we going to see the video where the security actually came up there after she got drugged and helped her get her bags and stuff. And he's going to be the one to testify that the video was gone when he came back to work 2 days later. But he already witnessed what happened.
Come to your apartment?
Yes, he was banging. That was pretty normal from him, but this is a pretty private building.
Did you hear from Ms. Coram that day?
Yes, and I went to see D-Rock and his wife to try to feel safe.
In this photo, what are you wearing?
A gown and sunglasses. I had a black eye.
What if any other bruising was visible?
I had several bruises on my leg, but I changed clothes.
What's this?
Me and Sean at the after party.
I'm going to show you escorts. Do you know the name of this person?
No.
In what cities did you use him?
New York.
More boxes, more options. Grainger has over 1,700.
Who's this? 2A616?
We called him Tommy.
Who is this?
Count on Grainger for boxes. Call or click Grainger.com/boxes today.
Sorry about that, y'all. I had recorded this earlier.
Who's this? 2A616?
We called him Tommy.
Who is this?
I know him as Greg, an escort in Miami.
Who's this?
Jonathan. We saw him in Miami.
Who's this?
This bitch know all these niggas she done fucked. All these escorts. Any other chick with this kind of body count, most niggas be like, hell to the fuck nah.
Red baseball cap backwards.
I don't know. He looks familiar from the freak-offs.
What did you write here?
This is all we do. I'm just getting back on track. I'm sure you can call Kim or something.
What did you mean by this is all we do?
Freak-offs.
Did you try to avoid anything in the freak-offs?
I tried to avoid kissing. It seems too intimate. But Sean told me to do it, to kiss the escorts.
What did Sean ask you to do on your 29th birthday?
A freak-off. He had me pulled out of the Blind Dragon for the freak-off. Some security.
What about blackmail material?
He wanted me to fear.
At this moment, the defense objected but was overruled.
When would Sean mention the freak-off videos?
To hurt me. One time I was dating someone else and he threatened to release the freak-off videos. I'd have to answer to my mother. It's horrible and disgusting. No one should do that to anyone.
What did Sean say the impact would be?
Shame.
Let me show you a chat. Who's on it?
Me and Sean. July 22nd, 2013.
Read your message.
I wrote, please delete the videos off your phone. Too many people have access to your devices. He said, no iCloud. All good. Ambien kicking in.
At this point, the prosecution requested a sidebar, and the judge then called for a break to change some things in the courtroom. During the break, Combs was seen sitting at the defense table, speaking with his lawyer, Xavier Donaldson. After that, the prosecution stated there were issues with the privacy screens and said they would put that off and do something else now. Then, they brought the jury and Cassie Ventura back into the courtroom and continued.
You gotta love the people who are sitting in the courtroom on Twitter and typing every single word that these motherfuckers are saying. Then come in, I guess they putting it in like text to video app where, you know, it'll allow the AI to read it for you. It's not a bad idea.
Offer more exhibits. What did you say here?
I'd been told there was a sexually explicit video out there about me. I reached out to Sean.
Then what?
I think that's the one that 50 Cent was talking about.
We were driving back to NYC from Atlantic City to talk to this DJ, Who Kid,
Did that happen?
at a restaurant.
What was security's role?
To intimidate, they were lining the room.
Who was there?
Uncle Paulie, James Cruz.
How would you recover from a freak off?
I'd take I wanted to feel numb. We'd get massages, IV fluids. The chef would cook us something.
How often did you take after freak offs?
Often. I got urinary tract infections.
Were the UTIs painful?
Very. Antibacterials didn't work anymore.
How did it feel during
Damn.
freak offs?
Burning. I would not advise it.
Let's read this.
Bitch, you ain't got an advisor for nobody not to do what you was doing. This bitch was sucking dick so much her tongue was burning. God damn. Talking about I wouldn't advise it. Shit. And the bacterias didn't work no more, man. That I'm talking about that pussy is, and it's still a motherfucker that wifed her up. Somebody still wifed her. All that shit that Kevin Samuels and all these motherfuckers, and I like Kevin Samuels. Shout out to Kevin Samuels, R.I.P. to him. But talking about these bitches won't never find no husband there, man, please. She still found a man. Talking about he love her. He don't care what she did in the past. Nah, hell nah. He done got pissed and shit. They ain't talked about shitting, but I'm pretty sure somebody done shitted on her too. And a woman that fine will let a nigga do all that for fame and fortune and still don't have the money like that. She just got $30 million now. I don't know too many women that let a motherfucker piss in their mouth. I don't know. So a lot of women will let a nigga piss in their mouth for $30 million, but shit. She had several niggas pissing on her.
It's out loud.
I have all these sores on my tongue. I have.
Ugh. Imagine being the nigga that's married to her and she got sores and shit all on her tongue. And she didn't say I had. She said I have. Present tense.
Another UTI.
What sores?
Friction in my mouth.
From what?
Oral.
You said another UTI, then sad face emoji.
I was open with him about them.
So you feel sick?
Why are you sorry? I took the blame for things.
Which escort would go to clubs with you and Sean?
Jules.
The escort from the Intercontinental in L.A.
This nigga made her suck dick till her tongue was blistering. This nigga is ruthless, but she was ruthless. Both of y'all motherfuckers need God, for real, for real.
Yes.
Did you want to have sex with Jules, ever?
No, but I knew him.
Why did you do it?
Sean.
Who was present when Sean put his hands on you at freak-offs?
Sometimes the escort was there too.
In the same room?
Yes, Jules.
And in the suite?
Yes.
Were they aware?
At this moment, the defense objected but was overruled.
Yes. The escorts would ask me if I was okay afterward.
In what cities did he put his hands on you?
New York, Los Angeles, Miami.
How frequently?
Too frequently.
What's the Abbey?
A gay club in LA. I went there with my friend.
Where were you going?
To a music festival in Canada run by Drake. Sean came to my home and tried to attack me. I was thrown into the bed frame.
What's this?
A photo of my eye afterward.
Who took you to the doctor?
D-Rock.
Did you send this photo to Sean?
Yes, and I wrote, so you can remember. I wanted him to be sorry about it at least.
In this photo, where were you?
In the green room in Toronto. I put my hair over my eye. Then we went to the Hamptons. Sean.
So, if a man is beating your ass, doing all this and that, and it's like, and you got the evidence. So is this like a crazy relationship where she probably like getting her ass whooped, like doing this freaky shit and all the time? I just wanted to make him happy. Like, wow. What's good, mom boss?
Sean wanted to have a freak off in the Hamptons. We got a hotel and an escort.
Which one?
Dave. I took G.B. I went into a G-hole and blacked out. I woke up nude in the shower. Dave and Sean were freaking out. I bugged out. It wasn't pretty.
Then what?
I spoke to a friend of Sean's, and then we had a freak off.
What's this?
My eyebrow healed up a little bit. A week later, I have a permanent scar on my eyebrow.
This is the quickest healing bitch I ever seen in my life. She just all fucked up. Wow. Yeah, she was 22. He had her fucked up though. I ain't gonna lie. Like, he is a domestic violent abuser. But we kind of see a lot of these type females around here all the time. I've seen them. They run to the abuse. And I mean, the hardest thing to do is say, you know, you were so young that you didn't know not to let a nigga piss on you. And, you know, if you're gonna chase this dollar so bad that you will allow a motherfucker to do all of this shit. Because if it came to a point where you said that you stopped fucking with him, it could have became a point a long time ago, especially if you got evidence of you just getting fucked up. But let's continue.
What's this?
Me at the Cannes Festival.
What happened at Cannes?
Sean accused me of taking from his boat. He threw me off, but my passport was still on the boat.
He did what? But this nigga threw her off a fucking boat. This nigga is ruthless. This nigga is ruthless. He threw her off the fucking boat. Wow. He ain't getting charged with all this though. That's the thing about it. That's attempted murder. Like if they charge him with every one of those violent crimes that she's telling them about individually, and they ran all them sentences consecutive, every single assault they got pictures of, she's testifying about them. Why is that not what he's charged with? Because, you know, the sex trafficking shit, that shit it don't, you know what I'm saying? That's not lining up. But the abuse and all that is lining up. There's no doubt about it. But that's not what he's on trial about. And that's why everybody's going to be pissed off when this man walk on this bullshit. Because they charge him with the wrong shit. And even if he does get found guilty, this is a Fed charge. I guarantee you he gonna get pardoned. So this is pretty much a big waste of money. We about to see how power works, in my opinion. And yes, we ought to know that this nigga done sold his soul. Nigga rubbing niggas jizz on his motherfucking nipples and shit. We ought to know this nigga is in full contract with the devil. Full contract. We about to watch it happen. Cause this nigga is the devil. Or one of the devil's, assistants or whatever. Minions. I ain't gonna say he the devil, but this nigga knows the devil. Personally.
And you were on the red carpet that same night?
Yes.
Did you attend the movie?
This bitch was on the red carpet after she done got thrown off a boat. You'll never know. You'll be looking at a bride and like, damn, she fine. Don't know that the bitch just got beat the fuck up, thrown off a boat, had the train ran on her, got pissed on. All this shit before she came to the motherfucking red carpet and everybody around there talking about how beautiful she is. And this nigga just smiling right there like he ain't just throw this woman off the boat, pissed on her, manipulating her. Ain't nobody at the gallery saying anything about the age difference. You think everybody at that party didn't see the age difference? And you think he was the only one that was there as an old man and not having a young woman?
Yes.
How did you get back to New York?
On a commercial flight. I traded my seat to get away, but he traded to get next to me.
What did he show you?
Freak off videos. He played them for me on one of his laptops. He said he'd release them.
How did you feel?
Trapped.
When you landed in New York, what did you do?
We went to a dinner. Then he wanted to have a freak off. So we had a freak off.
Why did you do it?
To make him not threaten me.
Let's read these from June 13th, 2013. Had Sean been violent with you before this?
Yes.
Had you told him before you didn't want to do freak offs?
Yes.
You said you needed GHB?
Yes, and that 2 escorts weren't available. I wrote, only Paul available, or Jake the white guy. But he can't do until 11. The other guy can do earlier. It's just one more person knowing our secret.
What did you mean?
The freak offs.
What is SLS?
A hotel in Hollywood.
When would you take Valium before a freak off?
When I had anxiety, Sean's driver was bringing me the Valium. It was Raheem, I think.
I have a binder for the court. The gallery will not be able to see these exhibits. Ms. Ventura, I will show you some exhibits. 2A404. Who is it?
She worked for Sean.
We will call her Mia. When you gave your devices to the government, were they working?
No, they were broken.
Put up 602A for Ms. Ventura and the jury only. What's on your schedule?
And yeah, I do believe, Mom Boss, to your point, I do believe he would have unalived her now. And I believe that's the same thing Kim Porter believed about it or whatever. But I don't think Kim Porter probably letting him, I don't know. I don't think she would let this nigga piss on her and all that shit. But no telling. Hope not. But he probably was definitely violent with her or whatever. And maybe a lot of that was going to come out. But unaliving a woman, yeah, it's definitely up his alley.
Oil.
When did Sean first hurt you physically?
It started in the first year.
What staffer were present when Sean was physical with you?
At this moment, the defense objected on the grounds of physical is vague, then the prosecution was more direct.
Punching, hitting. When did Sean first use violence on you?
In New York City. We were in a car with his security, and he knocked me around.
What did he do?
He hit me in the side of the head. I fell to the floor of his Escalade.
In January 2009, did you attend an event in LA with Sean?
Yes.
What happened as you left?
I'd been speaking to a producer about music. Sean called me a slut. I hit him in the face. I had been drinking.
You did what? You know what I would have liked for them to ask her? How many times have you put your hands on that man? Like right now, you're telling them that you put your hands on him, but you're the victim right now. He called you a slut and you hit him. So this tells me you like to fight shit. Cause you should have hit his ass all them other times that you talking about he done did all this shit. Fuck it. That nigga a bitch. You should have stabbed the shit out that nigga. Shit, they say Kim wasn't going for that shit. Just stabbed the fuck out that nigga. He done gave you a gun. Shoot that nigga. Shit.
Great news,
The fuck you talking about? Now you tough enough to hit the nigga. What? That's crazy. You hitting him at the wrong time. You hitting him when he called you a slut? You should have been hitting that nigga.
And he stomped on my face.
How long did this last?
10 minutes. Then I tried to get away, but Sean's security brought me back.
Who?
Roger Bonds.
What did they tell you?
To go to a hotel. They snuck me into the hotel covered up so no one could see my face.
How long were you at the London hotel?
A week, a little more. An assistant brought me ice cream.
What was the assistant's name?
Genevieve.
Did you feel you could leave the London hotel?
No, I understood his capability, his access to guns, the threats he made.
When you were taken to the hotel after the assault?
Trust me, we know that didn't make sense, but
Now that definitely makes sense. If she all the way in London now, you know what I'm saying, the capabilities and all that stuff like that. You right. You know, knowing how crazy this nigga is. But how did you get away now? If you could never get away.
let's continue.
No.
Did you know that this assault incident was reported?
I know there was a blind item on the internet without our names.
Who raised the blind item to you?
My mother.
At this moment, the defense objected. It wasn't said what grounds, but the prosecution then said,
not for the truth.
Then the judge overruled the defense's objection.
This was before FaceTime was very popular, so I could hide myself. She asked if it was me.
What did you say?
No, I did not want my mother to know something of that magnitude and be in danger.
When you went to a party with your girlfriends, what happened?
I saw executives from BET. Then I heard that Sean was there.
What did you do?
I left. I ran out as fast as I could.
Why?
I thought he was angry.
Did he come to the hotel where you were staying?
Yes, he beat me up and called me names. My face was bruised.
This photo. Who is it?
Scott Mascuti, known as Kid Cudi. We dated in 2011.
Did Sean find out?
Yes, in my phone. Sean went through my phone during a freakout. He found an email.
About what?
Taking my toiletry bag to Scott's the next day. Sean put a wine opener in his hand and threw me. I called Scott on a burner phone.
Where did you go?
To Scott's house. Then I talked with Capricorn Clark.
Boy, that's why you gotta be careful with these hoes, boy. So imagine you meeting a chick and you just thinking everything good with her, you know what I'm saying? And she telling you, yeah, I'm gonna come to your house. I'm about to come to your house and shit. And knowing she got a crazy ass nigga that's ready to blow up your damn car about this motherfucker. But how did she manage to meet him though? That's crazy. She met a producer and she started talking to them and...
One of Sean's assistants.
Then what?
I went to the house Sean was staying at. He told me he would release videos and hurt Scott and I.
What videos?
Freak off.
So, cause she's about to start hollering at this nigga and this nigga don't know that shit. She been getting pissed on and all this shit like that. Like, I'm just thinking on both sides of the shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be funny. It's just like niggas don't want all these problems coming to him. Yeah, he don't know what's going on, and yes, she's a victim. Yes, all of that. But you gotta think about your son. You wouldn't want your son to goddamn be involved with a motherfucker that got themselves involved with this type of shit, trying to chase fame and money. And I believe that there's a lot of times she could have got saved by the police, by the feds, without losing her life. Because she had him dead to the wrong on multiple occasions. All the things that didn't have witnesses and all that stuff like that, yeah, his money and fame could have, got you, disappeared. But when they got it on camera and the security guard had to come in there and, you know what I'm saying, and you had a chance to get away, you got, nah.
Videos of me. Sean kicked me in the back. I got a bruise.
Where'd you go?
To my hotel with the burner phone. The room was torn up. Someone peed all over the floor, pooped in the toilet, and didn't flush it. It was gross. This was just before Christmas. I sent an email to my mom in Capricorn from my flight to Boston and Connecticut.
What did you write?
That Sean said he would release the tape of me on Christmas, and he'd had Scott and I hurt. He said he would be out of the country then.
What are these photographs?
My mother took them in Connecticut of the bruises on my back.
Were you entirely honest with your mother about the abuse?
No, I said this was the first time.
Did you tell her about the freak-offs?
No. Is it possible to take a break?
At this moment, Cassie.
Damn. Imagine your mama having to find out all this shit like this. That's amazing.
Asked to take a break. The reason.
And that goes on P. Diddy's side too. Imagine, your son, and you thinking your son on top of the world, and you find out this the type shit your son, and including his daughters. His daughters was there for a lot of this testimony. Imagine what they had to be thinking. I mean, yeah, that's your daddy, but you got to be like, what the fuck? I know some of them like she lying, but some of the shit, she ain't lying. And yeah, she was doing some scandalous shit, and she got out, but she is a victim of domestic violence. Being a super duper crazy freak doesn't, give you the right to, just do that unnecessary shit. That's crazy. But once again, they trying to charge him with sex trafficking, telling me about all this abuse through this. I don't see the trafficking part of it, because, if she enjoyed the freak offs and she was doing it because she didn't want him to leave, or she loved him, that's not the same as he's forcing her, because she started doing the freak offs because she was down with it. So it's kind of hard to distinguish when that changed, when she, was agreeing with it and not agreeing with it. Because when they do cross-examination, oh man.
Reason is unclear, perhaps because of her pregnancy. Or maybe the questions were making her uncomfortable that she needed a break. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Let's continue. Once they came back, the judge asked the prosecution how much longer were they planning to question Cassie. The prosecution said 1 more hour, and that their goal was to finish the direct and allow the start of cross-examination today. Then they continued.
Did anyone come to see you in Connecticut?
Scott did for a few days. I broke it off with him. It was too dangerous.
At this moment, the defense objected, and the judge overruled it.
Sean said he would hurt both of us.
Where did you go after Connecticut?
I went to see Sean. He was in Arizona. His son.
Now that's that bullshit. You meet this new chick, right? You start talking to her and you thinking, hey, yeah, Diddy her ex and all that. But this nigga threatening you and me? Do you think she told that man, hey man, this nigga talking about he gonna do something to you, say fucking with me? Bruh, you gotta be careful out here. What's good, G Mama Body? Salute, Spike. Salute, Teran. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button on the way in. I appreciate it. Share the content if you don't mind.
Son, college. I told my mother I was going to LA for work.
Did Sean talk about Scott's car?
Sean said he wanted Scott's friends to see Scott's car blown up.
What happened next?
We met. Sean, Scott.
Why is he not being charged with that? If that happened, I mean, maybe it would take the guy to testify or something, and he might not want to do that for street cred or something like that. But if she has that type of information, why is that not in this case also? Things that make you go,
Scott and me. Scott said, what about my vehicle? And Sean said, what vehicle? And that was the end of the meeting.
Put up the photo. What is this?
Me and Sean in Kingston, Jamaica for Sound Clash.
Were you bruised?
Yes.
And this photo, what is it?
Me in Sean's bathroom, September 18th, 2015.
What were you doing there?
Recuperating from being beaten up by Sean in Las Vegas. We were having an after party in our suite. I talked to a producer, and Sean tapped me on the shoulder, called me into our room and kicked me as I tried to hide behind the toilet.
What stopped it?
D-Rock and James Cruz came in. It made D-Rock sad.
What are these communications?
From D-Rock to me. He says, where you at? It's time to ice your face.
Why?
I had just been beaten up by Sean.
Were these all
Now, why is D-Rock not in this case? Because you're pretty much assisting this shit. That's crazy. Money will get you a long way.
the times he beat you?
No, there were more.
With who else did you see Sean be violent?
I saw him drag an assistant out of bed. I saw him punch Eli or Ely in his head. One time in Turks and Caicos, he dragged a person. I believe we had a freak off in Turks and Caicos.
What floor did you live on in 875 Comstock?
17th floor.
Did a friend stay with you?
Yes, Sean came and held her and threw her on the patio furniture out on the balcony. I saw Sean bring her back in from over the balcony, then throw her on the patio furniture.
So you witnessed a man hang a woman over a balcony. This is another attempted murder. And they over here charging him with sex trafficking. But you got people that are on the internet talking about this man holding people over the balcony. And I'm pretty sure those people be willing to testify that you held them over a fucking balcony. Now that they got you by the balls right now. So why isn't all of these charges, you know, that even if the nigga doesn't do life in prison, they at least get their time up out of for the crimes that he done? So this is amazing that, you know, this is what they're charging with is the sex trafficking, but you're telling about a whole bunch of other crimes that he's doing. I don't understand. I don't know what I'm missing here. And I'm just looking at this down the middle. I mean, I can give a fuck less if the nigga go to jail or not go to jail. Shit. I don't know the nigga. It's just content.
And Carrie Morgan?
I saw Sean hit her in the head.
Did you get drugs on your own?
Occasional drug dealers, opiates, Xanax, Valium. Sean would put the pills in a vitamin C bottle on the sink in the New York apartment. He'd say, "You can take them." He had doctors who would write the scripts in the name of an assistant or in my name.
Your brother's birthday party in Connecticut in
There's another crime. There's another crime. They ain't talking about that. Hey, did he take you from one state to another and make somebody fuck you? All these crimes. You got doctors, crooked doctors that will sign off on prescription. They skipping over everybody and going to the, you know, to the main guy at the top. He made everybody do everything.
2013. What happened?
My mother told me someone was taking pictures of me. I went and punched her in the head.
You testified your relationship with Sean ended in 2018. How was your health?
I was sleepwalking. I had PTSD.
At this moment, the defense...
Someone was taking pictures. He'd say, "You can take them." He had doctors who would write the scripts in the name of an assistant or in my name.
Your brother's birthday...
Hold on. I had to make sure that I heard that right. She said, my mother told me someone was taking pictures of me, and I went and punched her in the head. Oh, okay. She must be talking about the person that was taking pictures of her. I thought she was talking about her mother.
A party in Connecticut in 2013. What happened?
My mother told me someone was taking pictures of me. I went and punched her in the head.
You testified your relationship with Sean ended in 2018. How was your health?
I was sleepwalking. I had PTSD.
At this moment, the defense objected, but the judge overruled it.
What's this?
A photo of my front door in 2018.
Publish it to the jury. Why is there a knife there?
Sean was coming around a lot, so I had it.
August 2018. What happened?
We were having a closure conversation at a restaurant in Malibu. He was trying to convince me to go to Burning Man.
Were you seeing anyone?
My now husband.
What happened next?
So how the hell do you get from you can't get away from the nigga, he's too powerful, he's too this, to you meet a nigga to now, to the point that now they your husband? You had a knife around, you feel like, hell, you was ready to kill this nigga.
Sean came to my house and raped me on my living room floor. His eyes were black. It was like taking something from you.
What? Hold on, let's back up just a little bit.
Me to go to Burning Man.
Were you seeing anyone?
My now husband.
What happened next?
Sean came to my house and raped me on my living room floor. His eyes were black. It was like taking something from you.
You cried. What did Sean do?
He continued and f***ed inside of me. Then he got up and left.
Did you ever have sex with him again?
Yes, voluntarily. We had a good night. I went back to his house.
Can you...
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
What?
Come on, man.
I said, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
So you was able to get a new man, you know, start dating him or whatever, and this man asked you to come out with him, but you didn't come out with him. So he showed up at your house. He raped you. He came inside you. So now you can legally say this man just did this to me, and everything could be over. The whole nightmare could be over. You could show the evidence and everything. And then you voluntarily went back to his house. And they asked, can you explain why you did that after he raped you? And she said, we had been together for 10 years. And that's supposed to be a justifiable answer. I'm sorry, I cannot go for that. I cannot. Sorry.
Explain why you did that after he raped you.
We had been together 10 years.
Who did you stay in touch with?
Most people, though, I pulled away.
What did you message Sean about after that?
Just checking in.
What did he send you?
That he had iPads full of images. Get him his money.
Money back for what?
For having paid my now husband to be my trainer.
What did you write back?
Do you want me to tell the truth? It's much deeper than iPads. There was abuse. More than freak-offs. There was a time I couldn't take the pain. Tried to walk out in traffic. My husband wouldn't let me. I had trauma therapy.
Did you write?
A book with chapters. My mom helped.
What did you want with the book?
She said her husband wouldn't let her. She had trauma therapy. Huh? So if Diddy is fucking up her life and he won't let her see nobody, she can't get away, how is it that the trainer that he set her up with, and now they're dating, they're in a happy little relationship, and he won't let her walk and all this stuff like that, and her mom, can Diddy come get her at her mama's house? Her mama helped her write the damn book. He ain't know nothing about the book. And she wrote the book just so Diddy could read the book. What in the whole fuck? How about write the book for the police? How about
that Sean read it?
What pain did Sean put you through?
Shame. To carry the things that were shameful for him. I took on a lot of responsibility for that I never should have. He brought the concept to me when I was 22. It was expected of me. I felt terrible.
How did you get chapters to Sean?
Through my attorney, and I reached out to KK. I asked her if he read it. She said it was not taken seriously.
How much did you ask for the book?
$30 million.
She tried, she loved this nigga. She actually, she tried to go about this whole situation in a little back door. Hey nigga, just pay me for all the shit you had me do. I don't blame her. She deserved that 30. This nigga could have saved himself all this shit right now for 30 million out the gate. She wrote a book, said, hey nigga, you want to stop this book? 30 million. That nigga said, fuck your book. Now look at him. Had to pay 20 million and the whole world know you want niggas jizz on your nipples and shit. You weirdo.
Did you sue?
November 2023.
What happened with the lawsuit?
It settled for $20 million in 24 hours.
$20 million in 24 hours was the settlement. She asked for 30 million. And that's when we first got the whiff of this bullshit. And it was the same time we got the whiff of the Vince McMahon situation. What is the difference between what she's saying and the girl from the girl from the Vince McMahon lawsuit? What is the difference, y'all?
Why are you testifying in this trial?
I can't carry this anymore. What's wrong is wrong. I treated people like they were disposable. Escorts, anybody.
How many freak-offs did you have with Sean?
Impossible to know. Hundreds.
After you broke up with Sean, did you ever do a freak-off?
No.
No further questions.
Ms. Ventura.
So after she broke up with the nigga, she ain't never do no more freak-offs, y'all. She just became a good girl. She got married. She got her goddamn, So now is where shit about to hit the fan. Yeah, now is where the shit about to hit the fan. So, y'all, we have crossed over to the point where now the defense is about to question Miss Ventura. So let's hear, when somebody that's not trying to get her to say all the things that sounds nice. Even though I think if I was a juror right now, yeah, he's a piece of shit. He's definitely violent, and I would be wondering why all of these. I'm not judging on a whole bunch of assaults instead of a trafficking charge, but I wouldn't. You're not convincing me of trafficking right now. Just convincing me of a sicko. She's a sicko. I don't believe she's a victim, but I don't believe she's a victim of the sex part of it, because I believe she was down with the shit, and that nigga was violent. She was down with the sex shit, but she wasn't down with the violent shit. Got it. And the power of him, that could be very, very, very scary. So she was trapped. But I don't know if that's what y'all call it, sex trafficking. That's not like the definition that they got. So it's I would be kind of confused. I would be wondering, where are all these assault charges at?
Ventura, you loved Mr. Combs, correct?
I did.
For 11 years,
There's a thin line between love and hate, and I've seen women who love to fight and fucking fight with they dudes. And then once it's all over and the nigga obviously don't want them, they try to do little vendetta shit. You know what I'm saying? Puffy might have, cut it off with her. I don't know. Now all of a sudden it's all this shit. I ain't saying she shouldn't have got paid. She definitely should have got paid. I'm just saying I'm not seeing trafficking, but I'm seeing a whole bunch of abuse and a whole bunch of assaults and a whole bunch of attempted murders and a lot of shit that, they could probably stack up a lot of charges and probably got him off the streets for the rest of his life. They might not have gave him life, but he could have, probably got about 10, 15, 20 years off of just a lot of the shit that she's willing to testify against. Because if you were willing to testify and you're not scared to do it now, why are you not scared to do it now, but you were so scared all this time and you been had this evidence? You could have been got $30 million. The day you got pissed on. I ain't lying. That you didn't want to do it no more.
took care of him.
In some ways.
You called him larger than life.
I did.
Others called him Diddy or Puff Daddy, but you called him Sean, right?
Yes.
You knew a version of him the rest of the world couldn't see, right?
At this moment, the prosecution objected, but was overruled.
In ways.
You kept coming back to him for 11 years?
I wouldn't say coming back.
You believed he loved you too.
I did believe he loved me too.
So when he cheated on you, it hurt.
Not every time.
At this moment, the defense said,
"Bring up this defense exhibit."
But the prosecution objected and said it was not in evidence, and the judge agreed that it was not in evidence. Then they continued.
Ms. Ventura, read this just to yourself. Why did you send this message?
To let him know I was going to dinner.
What was going on when these messages were sent?
I'm not sure.
What was going on in your relationship then?
It was early. We were loving.
I offer it.
At this moment, the prosecution objected on the grounds of being offered the truth, but was overruled.
Please read.
I wrote, "I love you, smiley face. I'll fly anywhere for you. I love you, Cass."
This 2009 email.
At this moment, the prosecution objected on the grounds of hearsay, and the judge told the defense to ask more questions.
From BlackBerry. What is BG?
Baby girl.
What did you write?
You hungry, Pop Pop?
And Mr. Combs wrote to you, "We are so in love, we don't do anything else." How long had you been seeing each other?
Like 2.5 years.
Please read this 1364.
I haven't talked to you at all. You don't even try. You rushed me off the phone. I'm really hurt. I don't need your money. I need...
Shop Granger. Talk shop.
So for 2 years, I guess it wasn't that bad. That money was flowing in.
When you say, "You know it doesn't matter to me," you mean weekend or wait until we have a baby of our own, Mr. Combs?
Yes.
Okay. I had recorded
Need some attention.
this earlier.
You wanted your special time with Mr. Combs?
Yes.
You testified that you told him, "I love you so much, you make me a better woman."
I definitely wrote those messages.
You wrote, I can't wait until we have a baby of our own. You knew that he had 6 children at the time?
Yes.
Now.
Nobody gives a fuck when you got that check. Well, I don't know. Shit, I know broke niggas that got a whole bunch of babies, and it seems like these females don't give a fuck. They'll give broke niggas more babies. Yeah, 6 kids out there, whether they take care of them or not. But obviously, he was taking care of his.
These messages about freak offs, when you say, you know it doesn't matter to me, you mean weekend or weekday, either is fine.
That's what it says.
Mr. Combs says, maybe we can call Jules. Can you do it?
Yes.
This was an explicit message from you about the upcoming freak off.
At this moment, the prosecution objected, and it ended in a recess called by the judge. But once they returned, they continued.
Ms. Ventura, this is from Mr. Combs to you. You respond with an extremely explicit message, right?
Yes.
This is 2 days after planning a freak off, right?
Yes.
He said, I want to see. How did you reply?
I can't wait either.
You wrote, I feel like I want to fuck, right?
That's what it says.
Yep, that's what it says. She's saying all this stuff, so I don't know how the man supposed to know that you don't want to do the freak offs no more if you saying shit like this.
Mr. Combs says, I'm so horny I can't concentrate. What do you say?
That I'll go to Dwayne Reed for candles and then set up the room.
Did you understand that he was going to take another video of you?
At this moment, the prosecution objected on grounds of speculation, and the judge told the defense to move on.
You ask, any pills on you?
Yes.
So she asking him for any pills.
Yes.
What pills were you taking then?
Opiates.
You deleted videos on your devices, right?
Yes.
What did you write?
That I need to feel this is my husband, the only one who will see this side of me.
Were you afraid that Mr. Combs was only seeing you for sex in this way?
That was a concern.
You still were not public in your relationship with him?
Correct.
Were freak-offs important?
Integral to us.
Who was at your 21st birthday party in Las Vegas?
Britney Spears, Dallas Austin.
How did you get them there?
They came for Sean.
You're very beautiful and charming.
Thank you.
It's true. Who is Tommy Mottola?
A well-known producer.
You were an up-and-coming star?
I guess you could say that.
After you signed with Bad Boy, things were still platonic.
Yes.
You had a rough performance.
106 in Park. It did not go well for me.
How did he help you after that?
We did a YouTube video. He said, everybody makes mistakes.
What was wrong?
I couldn't hear myself.
You were dating Mr.
So she kind of realized, I guess that's when Puff realized she ain't really had no talent like that. And that, she just gonna be his toy. I don't remember this situation. Of course, I wasn't listening to none of no Bad Boy shit.
Leslie, how much older than you was he?
10 years.
Then you traveled to Miami with Mr. Combs. The flyer of the event was just a cover to spend time with Mr. Combs, right?
That's true.
You had a tattoo of Mr.
So she had some good men, and she was leaving niggas to go fuck with Diddy.
Leslie's initials on your body, right?
Yes.
Had another nigga name tatted on her body.
How many tattoos did you have then?
At this moment, the prosecution objected on the grounds of relevance. The judge overruled it and said, but let's keep it moving.
3.
The one on your arm?
No regrets.
No regrets. This bitch got a tattoo on her arm that says no regrets. So that show you people put anything on their damn body. No damn regrets. We know that ain't true.
Mr. Combs taught you how to do oral sex.
He did.
Look at this.
What? I hope. Never mind. Continue on.
Tell me when you're ready. Can you read it?
You can read it. It's making me laugh. It's from 2007.
You wrote, I feel protected. You are sweet. You wrote, I see that Carrie is better fitting for you. I'm hurt that you think I'm malicious. You're very important to me. Cass. What were you trying to convey?
It's like a journal entry.
You discussed Carrie Morgan. Did you think Mr. Combs was attracted to her?
There was a point in the very beginning.
Did that complication carry on in your relationship?
Not really. Carrie was just always with us.
I'd like to start asking about freak-offs. Sometimes you wore a wig and a mask?
Yes.
The general public did not know.
At this moment, the prosecution objected, and the judge told the defense to rephrase the question.
No one knew until November 2023 in the public.
Yes.
Fair to say.
Yep, I think that's around when 50 said something about that shit.
say his career was ruined after your lawsuit?
I can understand that.
Let's read these messages. Mr. Combs wrote, "When are you on your period?"
No, now.
What you be thinking about when you horny. Ms. Ventura, if you don't want to read the answers, I can read them.
Thank you.
The O has lots of oohs after it, right?
Yes.
After a freak off, you'd make love with Mr. Combs?
Yes.
Your period, Mr. Combs is asking when you're on it, right?
Yep.
He's asking in the context of when to meet up and have sex.
Looks like it.
Sometimes you watched him with a female?
2 or 3 times.
Did you talk with Mr. Combs about the swingers lifestyle?
Then no one talks about it.
Were you keeping freak off secret from your friends?
Yes.
His assistants help him?
With everything.
Would you remember if an assistant came in during one of your sessions with an escort?
Not necessarily. I was high.
So you don't remember much?
I had my privacy invaded a lot during that relationship.
This is from July 2012. You say to Mr. Combs, "I'm horny and bored." This was after a freak off, right?
There are a lot of texts here.
At this moment, the prosecution said,
I would ask that the witness be allowed to read the entire document.
then the judge asked how many pages. The defense said,
8.
then the prosecution said,
We don't have a copy for the witness.
so the defense said,
We'll show it on the screen.
so it was shown, but not in the public gallery.
You said Mr. Combs often put you down, but he also sent you encouragement and called you a queen, right?
Yes.
At this moment, the judge asked for a sidebar, then continued.
What would trigger Mr. Combs' incessant calls to you?
Anger. Doubt about where I was.
If he suspected you of cheating, he'd call you incessantly.
That was one of the reasons.
Because he thought.
At this moment, the prosecution objected, and it was sustained.
Do you believe Mr. Combs has good taste?
I think he does.
He's had an impact on fashion.
People like his style. Sean John.
Did you consult with him on your look?
Sometimes I got advice I didn't ask for.
He still ran his companies even while having all these freak-offs, right?
He did.
What was he addicted to?
Success.
What substances? Opiates?
Yes, he told me, and I saw it.
Damn, she chose success over any of the drugs. She said, what is he addicted to? She didn't say the coke, the molly, the ecstasy, the drink. Salute to Helima in the area. She didn't say none of that stuff. She said he was addicted to the success. But that boy had some devilish things in his soul.
Did Mr. Combs' mood depend on whether or not he was withdrawing from opiates?
He was more irritable, I would say.
What other drugs was Mr. Combs addicted to?
At this moment, the prosecution objected on the ground of no foundation, but the judge said, I'll ask if I want the grounds, then sustained and said to rephrase it.
What was his drug of choice?
Ecstasy or MDMA.
Opiates daily?
When he was doing them.
You saw him withdraw?
Yes.
Let's turn to GX411.
At this moment, the prosecution said,
It's not in evidence yet.
Then they continued.
So B414, page 3 and 4. You wrote, I love our FOs when we both want it. You felt that?
Loving FOs were just words at that point.
Mr. Combs wrote to you.
No, we can't do that now. We can't just say they were just words at that point. Loving FOs. Because if you was loving it, he was loving it, y'all were just two motherfuckers loving some shit that, I mean, we can't make it illegal now because it's you. You go out there, go and mess with a sugar daddy, some kind of billionaire and all that. You know that these, when y'all fly out there to damn Dubai and letting these Saudi princes shit on you and piss on you and all that shit because you want to get a new Birkin bag. Now, you know all that stuff that these chicks be doing. Chicks that be so fine, and as a regular dude, you would be like, oh man, I love this girl. You'll fucking walk from California to New York for one of these girls that'll go get shitted on for, you know, a couple of bands for some toilet paper money. Let a motherfucker piss on them and all that. And then after they done got pissed on and shitted on and everything, then you can marry them. That's crazy.
I want to freak out right now. And you wrote that you wanted it too. LOL, me too.
I texted more than that.
But you did text that to him. Mr. Combs wrote to you, Jules is available if you're into it. You could have said yes or no, and you said love you.
There was no yes or no.
Bring up B420 on page 2. Mr. Combs wrote, do I have your permission to set up freaky fun? You wrote, ovulation.
Yes.
Here, what do you say?
I asked, which hotel? I must have called him in between. I don't want to assume anything.
He said montage. You said you could also go to Pleasure Chest. What would you get there?
Sexual supplies.
What supplies?
Lubricants, outfits.
He says, have fun, impress me. You say, okay. He says, well, can we kiss a lot? What do you say?
Yes.
Great news, Spectrum Internet.
Hey man, when they show those private texts, they hit a little different. I ain't gonna lie. Just a little.
Go from idea to workflow in minutes with FormStack.
You wrote, I left the iPad.
I don't know whose iPad this meant.
Mr. Combs wrote, I'll be there right after my session. This was in June 2017. Do you remember arguments you were having at that time?
Not specifically.
Here you say, the game starts at 10 p.m. No breaking character till 8 a.m.
This was a game a friend of mine told me. A way to rekindle your romance.
By doing something different in the bedroom?
It's a whole getting into character thing.
Mr. Combs.
So all this time they've been doing all these freak offs and all this shit here, and now they need something to spice that up. That's crazy. You come into the relationship doing all kind of shit, pissing on each other and all this stuff, and now you need something to get more spice than that?
Says, let's get some outfits and go to sex club. Mr. Combs wrote, surprise package coming from out of state. Why can't I reach you? What do you say?
I was getting my brows done.
Did you come to know Mr. Combs was leaving to freak off to go see Kim Porter?
Yes.
How did you find out about Gina? How did you feel? Did it upset you?
Yes.
It prompted arguments?
It did.
And he thought you were not faithful. What were his reactions?
It was scary.
Mr. Combs wrote to you, let's do something different in NYC this weekend. FYI, Dave hit me. What does hit mean?
Reached out.
And Daniel contacted you. Did this mean you might have a freak off?
Might.
He tells you, you better put me on VIP vibrate alarm or something. He's frustrated you don't answer his texts fast enough.
Right.
You tell him to come to NYC understanding there could be a freak off.
Maybe.
You also saw the Book of Mormon.
Yes.
Masked Pleasure. Is that a sex club?
I would assume.
He asks, are you ready for tonight? What do you say?
Yes. I just have to get some things. This is not about what I felt, right? Because you are skipping over a lot here.
What did you write?
As much as you think you're Bruce Willis, you're not. Your kids were babies when we started dating.
If you saw him on social media on vacation with others, it was heartbreaking?
It could be. I was 7 years in.
And what about this? About Gina? You wrote, I don't want to be a side piece, but I'll treat you as a king. You wanted to be the main girlfriend?
In 2013, yes.
You saw social media posts of Mr. Combs with other girlfriends and got angry, right?
Can I speak? I was jealous of certain situations.
Did there come a time?
She wanted to be in there. She wanted to be the bottom bitch. She wanted to be the wifey, the queen, knowing that this man was doing all this shit. Because I'm pretty sure she knew the type of shit he was doing to his ex-wife. Stood around, I want to be in her position, knowing that she's getting, and that he potentially might have took her life, allegedly. And she hung around for it. We got to think about all this.
He suspected you were in a relationship with someone in the industry, Mr. Muscooty?
Yes.
Mr. Combs thought it could be good for your career if you collaborated with Mr. Mr. Muscooty.
Yes.
Why did you begin your relationship with Mr. Muscooty?
We enjoyed each other's company.
You were in a relationship with Mr. Combs?
We were on a break.
But you were still doing freak-offs with him?
Yes.
Imagine you meeting a chick and she's supposed to be an artist or whatever. You're a producer and you start feeling her and liking her and all that. And y'all in the good talking stage and all that, and she's still doing freak-offs with this nigga Diddy. Now the nigga Diddy want to kill you about her.
After Mr. Combs found out by going through your phone, you went to see him. You knew he was upset. He previously attacked you.
Yes. I thought I'd be safer with other people there.
Your affair with Mr. Muscooty was only a month long, but you got a burner phone for it?
Right.
Mr. Combs kicked you in the back?
Yes.
This came up later in your relationship that you had cheated on him with Kid Cudi.
He brought it up quite a bit.
When he cheated, he said, well, you had an affair with Kid Cudi, right?
Sometimes.
He suspected you of having an affair with another person in the industry. You were in South Africa filming?
Yes, Honey 3.
While you were there,
Honey 3? Who the fuck seen Honey 3? Yeah, he say living life like GTA. Right. Honey 3. The first Honey had Beyonce in it, right? So let's see who she was fucking with.
You saw a photo of Mr. Combs with Gina and were irate, right?
Angry?
You blocked him and focused on the movie, right?
I tried my best.
Mr. Combs suspected you of a relationship with whom?
Michael B. Jordan.
God damn.
You sent a video not only to Mr. Combs, but also to staff. Who? D-Rock?
Yes.
You sent it to them because you were angry with all of them.
I was hurt.
She was trying to get back at him. See, right now, it sounds like Diddy was kind of like, all right, bitch, you getting old, you know what I'm saying? And she trying to get back in the circle.
Spent all my time with them.
You thought they were in on it, the physical abuse. When did your father learn about it?
Same time as my mother.
Did Mr. Combs come to Connecticut to speak to your parents?
I don't know if it was then.
Carrie Morgan knew about the abuse.
Yes.
The eyebrow gash incident, what was it about?
Didn't answer the phone and went to sleep. I was supposed.
And see, she was trying to keep it away from her parents because her parents must know somebody.
To be packing for a trip.
He was inebriated?
I don't remember that.
Why were you asleep?
A drink at the Abbey had something in it, I think.
Did Mr. Combs ever abuse you while he was inebriated, then say he didn't remember it?
Yes.
Did you feel he was not taking responsibility?
Yes.
For drugs, you'd both go to rehab?
Rehab wasn't really a thing during our relationship.
The freak-offs were an opportunity for you to take drugs together?
Yes.
You went a lot to Burning Man?
Yes.
Did you ever call yourselves Get High partners?
We did.
Did you take drugs from him without him knowing it?
Yes.
What was his reaction?
Explosive.
Did he tell LA dealers not to deal to you?
Yes.
Nah, this definitely doesn't make it look too good because, you know, if you're saying that he's forcing you to do this type shit and you doing it on your own.
You told Ms. Coram that you learned only after the fact that Mr. Combs had dangled Ms. Bongolan off the balcony?
I'm not sure.
You were on drugs?
I'm not sure.
You got a life coach for your drug use, according to this document.
I don't know who that person is.
You were doing a lot of drugs?
It was a rough time.
You tried to get into a rehab, the Golden Door.
It was a spa. There was a time I lost all sense of smell and taste and woke up in a hospital with an IV in my arm. I tried then to get help.
The time.
Damn. Wow.
Time after San Bernardino, you learned that he had overdosed.
A very strong opiate, yes.
Were you ever not addicted to painkillers?
We took Ibogaine.
So y'all did it overdose and nobody knew about it. Ain't that some shit?
Where did you get it?
Cancun, Mexico, separately.
When Mr. Combs threw you off the boat in Cannes, when he accused you of taking drugs and squeezed your leg.
Among other things.
But you still wanted to be with him?
I did.
Switching topics, when you say Mr. Combs...
Nigga threw her off a boat and she still wanted to be there. She was young and dumb.
Went with guns to find Suge Knight. Do you remember telling the government that you did go with them?
No.
Let me show you.
At this moment, the prosecution said,
just for the parties.
Then they continued.
More boxes, more...
Hold on, y'all.
I did not go with him, so I don't think I said that.
You also did with Ms. Morgan, right?
Yes.
Do you recall telling the government that you did not see what he did, hitting her in the head with a wooden hanger?
I saw the hanger. I saw he was angry that I was doing drugs with Carrie.
This broke up your 17-year friendship with her?
It did.
Did you tell Mr. Combs about your relationship with your now husband?
Damn, so the nigga hit her homegirl in the head with a damn hanger and she stopped kicking it with her homegirl?
No.
Ms. Morgan sued you and Mr. Combs.
Made a demand.
And you paid part of that?
I did.
And you haven't spoken with her since?
Maybe one text.
That was the relationship ender?
Yes.
You would heat up the baby oil?
Yes.
Now, is this from the day before the Intercontinental Hotel incident?
At this moment, the prosecution said,
this is a long document. We need time to read it.
So they took a break.
Is this from March 4th?
At this moment, the prosecution said,
with UCT time, it is March 3rd.
Then continued.
Okay, Mr. Combs refers to accessories.
For the premiere.
You sent him an explicit message?
Yes.
He responded with with a number of M's. He wrote, "Too bad you have to work, LOL."
He did.
You ask him, "Are you feeling better?" Then he's discussing bodily function.
Yes. Could we just clarify what time these messages are really from with the UCT?
At this moment, the prosecution said,
There's a stipulation on that.
and this document was shown. You can pause to read it if you want. Then they continued.
Mr. Combs went to your premiere lunch at the London Hotel?
He did.
Then he says, I just got out of a spiritual therapy session.
I asked, how did it go?
He said, it's a process. This is leading up to the hotel incident. You say, baby, I want to FO so bad. You were asked in your direct and said you didn't want him to ruin your premiere.
Sure.
Mr. Combs says, if we start at 7 p.m. and go until 4 a.m., you can get enough rest after.
Yes.
He's saying it'd be a shorter than usual freak off?
That's how I would understand it.
What do you say?
Carrie is here. We can't do it at my house.
You say, that guy is sick. I'm not going to ask you what you meant. So you were turning to Johnny. Was he a dancer or an escort?
We hired him as a dancer, but he did what an escort does.
Do you remember the beginning of this freak off in the Intercontinental?
Not really.
The drugs were bad MDMA, right?
I have no idea.
You believe Mr. Combs was blacked out for the Intercontinental event?
I believe he was intoxicated. Everyone's definition is different.
But you said blacked out. What did you write here?
I wrote, when you get fucked up the wrong way.
You meant drugs?
And alcohol.
Here Mr. Combs writes to you, I am so horny for you.
At this moment, the prosecution objected and said this was not an evidence. Then they continued.
Here Mr. Combs is asking you for sex soon after the Intercontinental, right?
I was saying how he felt.
What did you write back?
I wrote, we need a different vibe than Friday at the Intercontinental.
Mr. Combs wrote, fuck Friday, I don't even want to do that again. What did you write?
I wrote, LOL, true.
Mr. Combs suspected you of having an affair with someone else in the industry. What happened when he took your phone?
We were in a car, and he told me to call my mother. When I did, he grabbed my phone and took it.
Oh, so he waited till she got her phone unlocked, trying to see what the hell she been doing. This nigga tender. He want to do all the shit, but when she do it, then he want to, okay.
It was a big fight.
He was just gone.
For how long?
A few hours until my mother called the police.
Did Mr. Combs go through your phone?
I think so. And he called someone on it.
The person you had an affair with?
I don't know if he's playing anymore.
But he was an NFL player, and he was jealous. Wasn't there a time he found out you were dancing with another person in the entertainment industry and took your phone, right?
I don't remember.
It was Chris Brown.
I was not dancing with him.
Look at this. It's from 2013.
Now I see.
What else did Mr. Combs take?
My car, my passport.
So when she dancing with Chris Brown, she probably got them talking to NFL players. She moving around now. He ain't liking that. That boy tender.
When he was angry.
Let's refresh you about Mr. Combs being in rehab.
I vaguely remember.
Why did you go to Sedona?
I went to Arizona to get away from the drugs.
I'm going to go to a new topic. Mr. Combs told you to go get the video you'd heard about. What did you write?
I wrote, you keep putting me down.
I'm going to play you some audio.
At this moment, the defense played an audio. This voiceover is what was said in the audio.
If you saw a video of someone f***ing me, who was f***ing me? You have it. Why didn't you show me? 'Cause I'm not disrespectful, bro. If you don't show me, I will kill you. Cut you up. I will f***ing kill you. I've never killed anyone in my life. I am going to f*** you up. It's not going to be blood on my hands. Someone else is going to do it. I'm not playing with you, Sujit. Tell me.
That was you, right?
Yes.
Oh, that was you? That was you talking like that? Hold up. Let's play that again. Let me read it. I will fucking kill you. I've never killed anyone in my life. I'm going to fuck you up. It's not going to be blood on my hands. Someone else is going to do it. Not playing with you. If you saw a video of someone fucking me, who was fucking me? You have it. Why didn't you show me? 'Cause I'm not disrespectful, bro. If you don't show me, I will kill you, cut you up.
Was said in the audio.
If you saw a video of someone f***ing me, who was f***ing me? You have it. Why didn't you show me? 'Cause I'm not disrespectful, bro. If you don't show me, I will kill you. Cut you up. I will f***ing kill you. I've never killed anyone in my life. I am going to f*** you up. It's not going to be blood on my hands. Someone else is going to do it. I'm not playing with you, Sujit. Tell me.
That was you, right?
Yes.
Did Mr. Combs express concern about these videos being released?
When?
Ever.
Yes.
The escort, Jonathan. You thought he took a video?
Yes.
Mr. Combs spent a lot of money to make sure.
The escort, Jonathan. Y'all, I got to pause right there. Because do y'all remember when the dude tried to shoot Donald Trump? Not the first time, not the one that shot him in the ear, the second time. Well, he didn't try to shoot him, but they caught him and they said he was trying to assassinate Trump. Do y'all remember he all of a sudden said something about he was a sex slave for Diddy. And he told about the situation. And that's who they're about to start talking about. And matter of fact, I think I'm going to cut over to the video of him speaking of the situation. But just remember that name, Jonathan Itty.
Sure the video did not get released?
I don't know.
You had a conversation with Jonathan Itty that was transcribed?
I'm not sure.
He was volatile?
I didn't trust him.
What did Mr. Combs say when you told him you thought Mr. Itty was recording?
He said he'd take care of it.
Are you aware of an escort leaving comments on Mr. Combs' Instagram page?
I am not.
Now let's talk about rehab. Do you still take Suboxone?
Something like it.
What does it treat?
Opioid addiction.
At this moment, the prosecution objected, but was overruled by the judge.
You wrote a book in rehab. The place treats sexual compulsion.
At this moment, the prosecution objected, and the judge asked for a sidebar.
Did you get neurofeedback therapy?
Yes.
What is it?
They hook something up to your head and show you things. See how you react.
Were you told the effects of it?
Help me with my trauma.
Did you participate in EMDR?
Yes.
What does it do?
Memories and processing them.
The idea is you recall prior traumatic memories, like for PTSD. You were being treated for PTSD.
Yes. I was still physically developing.
You were 22.
Women keep developing after 22, don't you think?
But you're not suggesting you were still physically developing after 22.
I am not.
This message is about having a freak off without ketamine, right?
At this moment, the prosecution said,
May I confer with counsel?
The judge said, no, but we will take a break. Then they came back and continued.
Mr. Combs wrote, "You're so predictable. You've said you were going to tell him you didn't want to do freakouts anymore, but you didn't say it, did you?"
I did not.
Here, you were suggesting freaking off with a girl. You say you found a photo of Mr. Combs with Gina while you were staying with your parents in Connecticut, right?
Yes.
You decided to break up with him, and he didn't threaten you but suggested couples counseling?
I don't know.
In August 2018, you called it a closure conversation. Mr. Combs was inviting you to Burning Man, right?
Yes.
I'll read Mr. Combs. You have anger.
I wrote, my family knows I am
Florida
not running around telling our business. I wrote, I don't need you to be taking care of Kim and Gina. I needed you to put me first.
Please read these.
I wrote, you lied.
So she didn't want him taking care of his baby mama or no other woman. She wanted him to put her first. So it's like she has a escape route. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the charge is. Like, you're being sex trafficked. A person being sex trafficked does not have an exit. I'm gonna refresh your memory in a minute, Halima, because I got the video of the guy saying all this stuff. But we ain't got too much longer on this video, so I'm gonna finish this out.
To me, she never went away. It was the nail in the coffin.
You meant Gina, the photo?
Yes.
In your civil lawsuit, you say Mr. Combs raped you in September.
So the nail in the coffin wasn't the pissing on her, making her do freakouts, all of that stuff like that. The nail in the coffin was him and his ex-wife, and him saying that she was his soulmate when she passed away. Now all of a sudden he raped her on a certain day, and then she went back and, had sex with him.
September 2018, after you had dinner at an Italian restaurant in Malibu, right?
Yes.
Did you meet with the U.S. on November 30th, 2023?
Yes, not the exact date.
In this meeting, you said the rape took place after Mr. Combs returned from Burning Man. You said he was acting strangely at that dinner.
I don't remember exactly that word.
Did you meet the U.S. on April 8th, 2025?
Around then.
This message to FB, who's that?
Frank Black, a name he used.
He wrote, "I'm in an investors conference. We'll get back to this. You still have love for him?"
I have love for the past and what it was.
After this, they took a sidebar, but then...
She has love for the past and what it was. They are fully broken up, and she's still trying to reach out to the man. Because right now, she's with her new now husband. But she's still trying to reach out to Diddy.
Continued.
You wrote, "I didn't mean to be a bitch. I just don't get the time." He writes, "Just need you to be positive," correct?
Yes.
DX1309, this is about a yoga instructor?
Yep.
What did you write?
I wrote, I've stopped even caring.
But you did care.
Yeah.
So he said, "You could date other people, let's just talk about it," correct?
Yes.
What did you write?
I wrote, I do love you. I would just prefer not being one of your girlfriends. Let's get up tomorrow night. I'll do studio from 6 to 9.
He writes, "Can I hold you? Or are you just gonna break up with me?" And you write back, "We can embrace LOL." And you wanted to hug him, right?
That's what I said.
Did you have intercourse with Mr. Combs that night?
I did.
And during that, your now husband FaceTimed you?
Yes.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
What?
Come on, man.
Oh my God. Trifling. So she's saying she's, trying to stay away from him. He's sex trafficking her. He's this abusive, and you actually have an opportunity to get away from this man. You meet up with him, then text him talking about, hey, can we embrace, get a hug? And your husband FaceTimed you. I feel so sorry for this man. I feel sorry for this man. That had to hit deep, boy. That had to hit so deep when he had to hear this in court. Cause you think she told him this before it came out in court? Ain't no way she told this man any of this stuff before this stuff came out in court.
Your now husband didn't know you were with Mr. Combs at the time?
I don't know what he knew.
Later, he discovered it?
At this moment, the prosecution objected, but was overruled.
You didn't tell your husband you were raped?
Not that evening.
After Ms. Porter's memorial service, you wrote to him that you were going home. Why had he called Kim his soulmate? What was the 11 years all about?
Yes.
That was hurtful.
At that time, yes.
And after that memorial service, you never saw Mr. Combs again, right?
I did not.
It hurt her so much that he said that his ex-wife was his soulmate, that now she has no problem with leaving him. Now she's not being sex trafficked. Now she's not being held against her will. Now she's not manipulated no more. Now she's not being kidnapped. Now her career don't matter. She has a new husband now.
He let you go, right?
I never saw him again. I don't know about letting me go.
You got married to the love of your life, right?
At this moment, the judge interrupted and said to take a break.
The love of your life? Not when a nigga can smash and you look the love of your life right in the camera and say, hey, baby, on FaceTime. And yeah, man, I'll be there. And you got this nigga. Man. So that means she didn't want to go. He let her go.
Ms. Ventura, we're almost done here.
Thank you.
I will read Mr. Combs' messages. You're going to make a beautiful mother. God bless.
I said, thank you, God bless. I wrote, we should talk and have...
He was trying to pass her on to the new nigga. Yeah, you're going to make a beautiful mother knowing he just smashed. You're going to make a beautiful wife. I'm going to just come in, piss on you every now and then.
Closure.
Mr. Combs sent back a tear face emoji. He said, you were always my ride or die.
I thought it was nice.
You'd been craving that.
Before. I don't think I was craving now.
You shaped you over 11 years. You shaped each other?
Yes.
Your husband's a physical trainer?
Yes.
The house you grew up in Connecticut was relatively modest compared to mansions.
Yes.
You were preparing to tour with a Matt Testa.
Yes, he's an engineer.
Once you settled your lawsuit, you canceled the tour, right?
Yes.
Because you no longer needed the money?
That wasn't the reason.
After the hotel...
You shit me if that wasn't the reason. And she put out there, once she found out that, hey, that's your soulmate, here comes the lawsuit. Not the charges, the lawsuit. And you and the trainer got $20 million. And then the hotel video came out, she got another $10 million. No longer being trafficked. So they're not proving the case. And the defense is proving that. Like, yeah, he's a piece of shit. He's a very abusive. But then he started trying to go through some kind of brother love kind of stage. That's what it sounded like. He was, And she still wanted him, and he kind of was, passing her on. And when his wife died, which he might have had something to do with that, I don't know, allegedly, she seen a change.
Till video came out, you posted on Instagram that domestic violence is the issue, right?
Yes, I still feel that way.
DX1015. Mr. Combs wrote, "Want to freak off one last time." What did you write?
I don't want it to be the last time. I want freak off for the first time.
Say what? Not the woman that says, "I don't want to do it no more." He said for one last time, and right now she's with her new man, y'all. Imagine a nigga can just get your chick at any given moment, and she can go freak off for 4 days.
No further questions.
At this moment, the judge asked the prosecution if they wanted to redirect, and it begun.
Ms. Ventura, you were shown this message where you ended. I don't want to freak off for the last time. I want it to be the first time for the rest of our lives. What did you say after that?
Yes, I'm horny.
She wanted to be the first time for the rest of their life? Wow.
Management platform. Try for free today at asana.com.
Horny. Just got over a UTI.
You were shown messages today in which you and Sean were kind and loving?
Yes.
Did those periods ever last?
At this moment, the defense objected but was overruled.
No, they didn't last. There'd be a downswing.
What world did Sean open up to you?
A world of chaos.
In your 11-year relationship, who did you want to have sex with?
Only him, at that time.
When Sean wrote, "Seduce me all day," what did you do?
Write about FOs.
Were you able to cancel work obligations for freak-offs?
Yes, if I was told to.
When you were shooting the movie in South Africa and you blocked him, how did he contact you?
Through Mia.
He said he didn't remember hurting you. Did you believe him?
Not always, because I knew him. There were times he was pretty aware of what he was doing. It's just who he was. I'd seen him be violent with other people.
On the way back from Cannes, what did Sean do?
He played a video of me having sex with an escort.
What did he say he'd do?
He'd release it.
When you got to NY, what did Sean ask for?
A freak off, or he'd release it.
When Sean wrote, "You ready for tonight?" what did he mean?
Freak off.
What were you afraid he would do if you did not do that freak off?
At this moment, the defense objected, but the judge overruled it. Then after Cassie said,
"I don't know that week,"
the judge interrupted and said, "Next question."
Do you have any doubt that Sean raped you?
At this moment, the defense objected, but was overruled.
I have no doubt.
After Sean raped you on August 18th, did you later have consensual sex with Sean during which your now husband FaceTimed you?
Yes.
Why did you cancel the tour?
After I filed my civil suit, I was overwhelmed. Addressing the past the way that I chose to was overwhelming. I didn't want to go.
Do you plan to file more lawsuits?
No.
Would you give the $20 million back if you hadn't have had to do freak-offs?
At this moment, the defense objected, but was overruled.
I would give it back to get my agency back.
Did he beat you during freak-offs?
Yes.
Were you open to freak-offs at the beginning?
At the beginning.
Did you tell him when you no longer wanted to do them?
Yes, more than once.
What concerns did you have about saying no to freak-offs?
Safety, career, love.
No further questions.
At this moment, the judge asked if there was a recross, and they continued.
You knew Mr. Combs' sexual preference was these freak-offs, right?
I learned.
It was part of being his girlfriend?
Yeah.
You kept your old device?
Yes.
And freak-off videos in this case. They were all on those devices you kept from 2012 and 2014.
I don't know what year.
You were able to stand at his side at the Met Gala. Being his girlfriend gave you access to producers.
Yes.
Beyond Kid Cudi, what other musicians were you put in the studio with? Were you put in the studio with Nicki Minaj?
Yes.
You were put in the studio with Lil Wayne?
Yes.
And with Rick Ross and Pusha T? Am I forgetting any names?
You've got a lot of names.
You are self-conscious about your musical talent.
I wouldn't say that.
You had a bad performance on 106 and Park.
Early in my career.
You did music videos. Were they successful?
At this moment, the judge asked for a brief sidebar. Then they continued.
D-Rock was like a member of your family.
Trying to show that bitch you wasn't shit. Like your music career wasn't shit. You blooped up the damn 106 and Park. You looked horrible. You know, motherfuckers had to put Rick Ross and Lil Wayne and everybody in the studio with you. And, you know, hell, obviously you was singing on a different mic. So maybe that's where, you know, if they can prove all them guys, but then they would have to testify. So maybe that's where they're trying to say he sex trafficked her, you know, pimping her out. But we ain't heard none of them songs. And that might be, you know, that's a bad contract. That ain't sex trafficking.
Family?
Yes, like a brother.
The assistant Mia, you also had a friendship with?
Yes.
Okay, here you begin with an explicit message, and he responds with one, you are actively sexting.
Yes.
You stated that you were feeling overwhelmed after filing your civil lawsuit, right?
Yes.
You recently received a settlement from the Intercontinental?
No.
You made a demand?
Yes. $10 million, maybe.
At this moment, the judge asked anything further.
Nah, she only asking for $10 million. I know that nigga like, damn, I should have took that $10 million demand.
And the prosecution said,
I just have one question.
But the judge said, I was asking Ms. Esteval, can you wrap up in 2 minutes? And they continued.
This is the last thing I'll ask you to read, Ms. Ventura.
Thank you. We need closure and understanding.
Why'd you keep your devices?
I was afraid.
She want closure and understanding. Get the fuck out of here.
Of what was on them. I wouldn't take them to the Apple Store.
One question. You just reached a $10 million settlement with Intercontinental last week before trial?
At this moment, the prosecution objected, but was overruled, and Cassie answered.
Yes.
That was the end of Cassie Ventura's testimony. After hearing the entire testimony together, instead of in parts, day by day, what do you think now? Did anything change in your opinion after hearing the entire...
All right, y'all. So we got through the entire testimony of what she was saying. And I mean, wow. That's all I could say about it. Now, I promised y'all that I was going to bring y'all back to the man that they mentioned. And we still got to go over the part where another woman has testified that Diddy raped her. And she was, if she had to be raped, she was glad that, he had a itty bitty, he had a Tootsie Roll size whatever. That's what they're saying, not me. So I'm just reporting the news. I'm just breaking it down. But we're going to get into that after we take a flashback memory of the guy that tried to kill Trump. And then all of a sudden he started telling about, he was a sex slave for Diddy. And that he thought that Diddy was going to try to set him up if Cassie ended up overdosing. So he recorded the situation. And it comes out that that's what they were just talking about. So let's check it out. Here's the news article when it happened. Make sure y'all can see this. Make sure y'all hit the like button if you just came in. Sub up if you're new to the channel. All right, here we go.
So in May of 2018, a man named Jonathan Odie opened fire.
May of 2018, y'all. This was 7 years ago.
A man named... So in May of 2018, a man named Jonathan Odie opened fire at Donald Trump's Miami golf course and was shot and arrested by police. Now, Odie said that he was in the middle of a bipolar episode. That's where it gets interesting. Later, while being questioned by Florida authorities, Odie brought up something totally unexpected. He claimed that he'd been a sex slave for Sean Diddy Combs and Cassie Ventura. This video is courtesy of Real World Media. Take a look.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would...
And when we saw this, we was like, man, this motherfucker got to be crazy.
He would masturbate, tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot of business. Because what they would do is Sean talks a lot on the phone and on the TV with speakers and stuff, and I was like a sex slave.
So at the time, Odie's story seemed too far-fetched to believe, but not anymore. And now, in an exclusive interview, Odie opens up to News Nation senior producer Allison Weiner about his claims, beginning with why he's agreed to talk now. Listen to this.
I felt bad because I got along well with her, and I think she's a decent person. And unfortunately, I had a suspicion that she was in a situation that she was in, but I wasn't sure. And now I understand what was going on in my life and what was happening. And him beating her up in the hotel, shows me the type of individual he is and confirms that everything that happened to me was true and correct and in line with his personality.
So he's speaking to us from a Miami jail now. Here is how Odie says it all began for him.
I was a male Chippendale, a model Chippendale, you could say. And they called me for a show they called me the agency that I work for to do a show. And then I went and did a show, and things led to them offering me more money to perform sexual acts. And that's it. That's how I basically got started. I get dressed like a police officer, I do a show, and they'll strip down. And then, they offer me some more money. They offer me some more money to do some extra stuff.
So Odie did get specific about the extra stuff that he says Diddy wanted from him, and these specifics were consistent with what he told law enforcement during the 2014 interrogation. Here is how he describes the atmosphere and how frequently it happened.
Candles, sensual atmosphere, lights off. He would sit in a corner in a sofa, watch and masturbate. And he'd say, he'd tell her, give her instructions what to do to me. Perform oral sex, rub baby oil. Then he'd tell me rub baby on her, perform oral sex, and then have sex.
How many times did you have sex with Cassie?
Probably like 15 sessions.
And what did you get paid? How much?
It would be like 800 each time. Each act. But sometimes they'll call me twice. I'll leave, and then 3 hours later, they would call me, come back.
Yeah, damn, this nigga was getting paid $800 to smash Diddy woman. Nigga call a nigga back 3 hours later.
So Odie claimed that the sessions were drug-fueled and that his concern for both Cassie and himself led him to get one of their sessions on video. Listen to what he says about that.
Why did you decide to record? Or video?
Because after she passed out, I decided to record that. So in the event anything worse happened, like if she died, or anybody died, it will be on camera, it will be on video, what happened. So I wouldn't be responsible for any of that.
So you...
Nah, that was smart of him to do that. And I'm pretty sure this video is probably out there, the one that he recorded. That's probably why they mentioned it in court. I wouldn't be surprised if it popped out.
You were beginning to worry about her doing drugs. I mean, like about her dying or him dying or somebody dying from the drugs, and that you would be held responsible. So you brought a video. You brought your phone?
No, I had a USB video memory stick done like spy shot, and I put it in a wallet on the table, in the living room table of the hotel I was staying at. I just filmed it, and it had everything I described, and it had her threatening me, but he was telling her what to say. We had an argument. When I left, I knew they were paranoid. So I wanted to guarantee my safety. So I texted him. I said, "Hey, if anything happens to me, I got evidence I've been with you." At the settlement table, there was a lot of irregularities. Okay, it was my first settlement. So they brought me in, and Diddy had a T-shirt with two men in ski masks pointing, making gun signs. Okay, and it was black and white, and it had a red frame. Okay.
So that nigga had on a shirt showing he could have some goons shoot your motherfucking ass. That nigga Diddy, boy, that nigga Diddy used to work for Nicky Barnes.
But that's the way he operates. He communicates, threatening you, like saying, I'm gonna have you killed.
So Odie says to prevent the recording from going public, that's what he was just talking about, Diddy had him sign an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, in exchange for $5 million in hush money. This was in 2014. The Daily Mail ran a screenshot of what appears to be a signature page signed by Sean Combs and Odie. We have not been able to obtain the document or verify its contents or authenticity, nor have we been able to verify the existence of the video that you heard him talking about. Now, according to Daily Mail's report, the timing coincided with a spending spree by Odie of Florida real estate, and it also coincided with Odie's divorce. His ex-wife tells the Daily Mail that she found out about his windfall only after their split.
So this nigga got $5 million to keep his motherfucking mouth shut. He fucked up the $5 million and still told. He went and spent all the money buying houses and all that shit. Had a wife. The wife done divorced him, and now she done probably took whatever he got left. Now the nigga trying to kill Trump, having an episode, and now he telling what he ain't supposed to be telling on the NDA. Wow.
Basically, the day the incidents happened at Trump National Doral, I had to take medication, and I'd been diagnosed bipolar, but I wasn't sure I was bipolar, and I had an episode, and basically I've been taking medication every day. I've been stable. I had no issues in jail. I had that excellent behavior in jail. Yeah, I feel I'm ready to come out to society and be a productive member of society.
All right, so Odie remains locked up in a Florida jail, still awaiting trial on charges of attempted murder, armed burglary, aggravated assault, and armed grand theft. Regarding the sex slave claims, we've reached out to Sean Diddy Combs' team for comment and have yet to hear back. And thank you to Allison Weiner for that interview. We'll continue to investigate all of that. Thank you for...
Now, of course, they wouldn't hear back from Diddy at that time. And that was before Diddy had got locked up for all this. So it was just, you know, a blast from the past. Now, there were other people who testified this week. And we're only going to get into one more. We're not going to go over both of them because the other person was the person that ended up having to pin Diddy back because of when that video of Cassie getting beaten in a hotel hallway. He ended up coming up there, and like I say, the video ended up disappearing. But he did testify here. But we have another part that was discussed in this trial. So let me read it to y'all, and then I'll allow the video to play for y'all. So this says, Sean Diddy Combs accused of raping a woman who compared his erect penis to a Tootsie Roll in a new lawsuit. So it says, Sean Diddy Combs is accused in a new lawsuit of raping a woman with his Tootsie Roll sized penis during a violent tirade inside a Manhattan apartment more than 2 decades ago. So before he ran into this young lady, this nigga here was doing all this. So she's trying to convince us that she was in love with this nigga just because she loved his sex. The woman identified as Jane Doe claimed that Bad Boys Records founder took her to his bedroom where he locked the door, pinned her down on the bed by her neck, and told her, "I'm going to suck the life out of you." After a night of partying in July 2001. The documents obtained by TMZ. Combs, who is a trial for Manhattan federal court for sex trafficking and racketeering. They might can prove racketeering. Sex trafficking, I don't know. Continued to hold a woman down by her arms as he dropped trowel and pulled out his itty bitty Diddy. I believe they got to be trolling with this shit. Pulled out. This is the New York Post, though, so it's a real article. So he pulled out his itty bitty Diddy, so they say. The accuser alleged she was overpowered during the ordeal and repeatedly screamed for Combs, now 55, to stop. But he instead kept thrusting and eventually ejaculated on her body, she claimed in documents. She didn't report this back then. The disgraced Mongol then lay naked on the bed as the woman frantically cleaned herself and rushed to unlock the door, where a bodyguard standing outside pointed her toward the exit, according to the suit. The woman, who said she met the star in May 2001 and hung out with him multiple times at Combs' New York City recording studio, nightclubs, and at a restaurant, said his staff drove her and a friend home after the alleged assault. She said, "I'll be missing you," rapper called her several times after the shocking ordeal and invited her to his infamous white party, but she never returned his calls. So they done pulled out a Tootsie Roll and everything, y'all. They ain't shit. While the traumatic incident left the woman feeling vulnerable and withdrawn, she recalled feeling relieved that she wouldn't feel any pain during the chilling encounter when she saw the length and the girth of Combs' diminutive pilotis, I don't know these words, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna butcher it to death. Comparing it to a large Tootsie Roll, court documents showed. She also claimed that she underwent psychotherapy as a result of the alleged sexual assault. Combs' legal team did not immediately respond to the post request for comment. So, this is almost like a joke, y'all. I mean, are they serious with this shit? Are they really serious when they wrote this shit? Hold on, I think there's a video. But that's amazing that they were, I don't know if, I think that's just a lawsuit. I'm sorry, y'all. I thought she testified in this trial, but no, that's just a lawsuit of a new claim. So, y'all just tell me what y'all think, though, in the comments. I think that's about it that we're going to go over on this situation. We had not Diddy, but we had 50 Cent also make a little jokey joke about this, and I'm going to show y'all that, and then we're going to wrap up this live. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man, as we, wrap up this live. So I'm going to play this part right here to show y'all what 50 Cent had to say about finding out about the Itty Diddy situation. And we're pretty sure we're going to, if Diddy get off, man, I mean, he better have some money. He better have some money because, boy, it's going to be a whole bunch of jokes about him.
Ever loving mine and just went crazy on D. Look what he posted. So he posted this on his Instagram. He posted the actual
Okay, so it looked like he actually posted the documents inside of. So it did. There was a testimony then. Defendant Combs released plaintiff Jane Doe's neck. Okay.
The court filing with a picture of the Tootsie Roll and wrote the caption, Tootsie Roll, to the left, to the left, to the right, to the right, to the front, to the front, to the back, now slide. That's why he was in the corner masturbating. Oh, 50, why? 50, why you always be on that boy's neck? But if you don't know the reference, it is Two Live Crews, Tootsie Roll, Tootsie Roll, hey, to the left, to the right. Yeah, 50 Cent don't care. But 50 Cent went crazy all week. He ain't been playing this whole time. He posted this picture the other day too. Hard Rock Hotel Sports Illustrated swimsuit party was crazy. Better ask somebody. Everybody but Diddy was here. Look at it, that boy.
Man, that's crazy.
Crazy. Then he had the audacity to post this AI video of Diddy in jail. Look.
It's good. I'm never gonna dance.
Oh, bruh, do his kids be seeing this? What? Bro got drinking. Oh, so he wrote the caption, LOL, who made this? Ha ha ha. 50 Cent is not playing with that boy.
Man, that's crazy. Not the nigga drinking baby oil, y'all. That's crazy. Hey, man, 50 ain't shit, man. 50 ain't shit. He dead ass wrong for that. What you say? I said, is this case strictly built on her testimony? No, she's actually not the star witness, believe it or not, from my understanding. So we got a lot. There should be a lot of trial to go. So we're not gonna make our full decision just off of what she said. This is just the first week. They had the officer. They had the security that was at that hotel when she was getting drugged in a hotel. He testified. She testified. They had opening statements. So that's as far as they went so far in this case so far. So, we got another week coming up. There's going to be other people who are going to testify. They still have a star witness though. So far they're showing a lot of abuse and all that, but saying that you was being sex trafficked, I can't see it, especially when she set up a lot of the freak offs herself. She did a lot of drugs with or without him. It's like y'all was in some kind of weird ass relationship. So, in my opinion, but hey, we still gotta wait till more comes out, and we'll definitely see. And this is probably gonna be one of those trials, man. It's bigger than the YSL trial. Yeah, I need more than that. If I was in the jury right now, I would need a little bit more, just a little bit more. So the poll of, do y'all think Trump will pardon Diddy if he's guilty? We had 36 votes, and 53% of people say they think Trump will pardon Diddy. I think Trump will pardon Diddy because I think they were friends, and they probably still are friends. And if Trump thinks that Diddy didn't do it, or if Trump got the money to, or if Diddy still has the money to, buy himself out of this situation, I don't see where he probably won't. I don't see it. So we're probably going to see something that's going to probably piss off a lot of people. He'll probably do it on the end of his last year in office. But we already know it's all about the money. But anyway, man, I'm gonna get up off of here, I was thinking about doing a gaming stream, man. I got this new Indiana Jones game that I've been dying to try out. But I'll see how I feel. I'll see how I feel. But I hope y'all enjoyed this breakdown news of Diddy. I'll do another one next week after the week of whatever happens this week. I don't know if the main star witness is going to testify this week, but more details going to come out. We just heard about a dude talking about rubbing jizz on his nipples. I mean, if that ain't the most demonic shit I ever heard in my life, I don't know what is. I wasn't expecting that. I was not ready for that. And all the people that's in the industry, I'm pretty sure they wasn't ready for that either. That is amazing. But anyway, man, let me wrap this thing up. Pause. And wish y'all a good night. And I'll see y'all in the morning. I'm not gonna do the drama this weekend because it's a civil war going on. And who am I to get into family business? So I'm gonna let them fools destroy each other a little bit more, and we're just gonna stay out of the way for a little bit. Now we'll be back with the shits. Don't get me wrong, but we just gonna mind our business right now and let them finish doing what they gotta do, and that way, nobody gets distracted. If y'all know what I mean. So, but let me pull this back up. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Jeez Louise, what the hell is going on here?